following is a copyrighted feature of the Fun Media Group in conjunction with the Alabama High School Athletic Association.
We are the radio home of the 7-time state champion Fyffe Red Devils. Fun 92.7 HD2. Now from the FTC Farmers Telecommunication Cooperative Broadcast Booth, it's the Red Devil Preview on Fun 92.7. Brought to you by the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle.
Of the season, and we are loud, we are proud, and we are back on Fun 92.7 FM HD2, and looking forward to bringing you all the action tonight. Adam Ward alongside Greg Mears and Drew Sims here with you tonight for the next 2.5, 3 hours or so, and we cannot be more thrilled to be back, and hopefully everything hangs in with us. I notice our volume levels are a little low. We're still going to work through those difficulties here, but nonetheless, tonight, Greg, an opportunity for the Red Devils to wash a bad taste out of their mouth, needless to say.
Yeah, same thing as last year. You know, all the real goals, the important goals are out in front of them. This is the first region game, so very important game. Not that they didn't want to win last week, but again, when it gets towards the end of the year, that game won't mean anything to them. And
Drew, it's not necessarily a bad thing to lose a ball game, especially early, because it does get an opportunity to really show you where some things need to be worked out and improvements made. I feel like Coach Benefield probably one of the better in all of North Alabama, and maybe even Alabama in particular, with the ability to do such a thing.
Yeah, and like Greg said, you don't want to lose a game, but if you take care of your region games, which this being the first one tonight, those games are only there to make you better. And that was the point last week for Pisgah and Fyffe both. I think as a team, you wanted to play a good team because both teams, let's be honest, have a weaker region this year. So you play good teams, you beat good teams, you're a better team for it.
Yeah, you really are. And the other side of that coin, Pisgah tonight, they'll take on Section in a game in which they let's call it what it is. The competition won't be near as fierce for the Pisgah Eagles, Greg, as much as it will be for the Fyffe Red Devils, because Fyffe being in 3A, Collinsville moves up with them. Collinsville will still provide a little pop and a scare every now and then.
Oh, yeah, they've got a very potent offense. They like to throw the ball around, not quite as much as Pisgah did. Pisgah kind of used theirs as a running game, to control the clock. But Collinsville's still explosive, still running 4 and 5 wide, just a different kind of offense than what you're used to seeing.
How much, though, Drew, does the off day play a factor in preparation? I know that coaches will, in particular, Coach Benefield, they all have different philosophies. His is to get them in there in the morning time, especially well before the heat, if he can help it. What's sort of the I almost want to say disadvantage, but some coaches, like Coach Benefield, have learned to maneuver around it.
Well, I think, he likes getting them in there in the mornings to kind of keep them on a routine, right? That's what you want, coming into the season, to get that routine and to stay on it, right? So getting up, being at the field house at 8, yes, it's not a normal practice time, but I think Everett talked a little bit about it in our Fyffe Focus this week. They practiced for 2 or 3 hours this Monday, so obviously Coach saw a lot to work on after last week, and sounds to me like they did.
And on the other side of the coin, Greg, we'll break them down a whole lot more as we go through along this pregame show, but I know you had a chance to watch the Collinsville Panthers. Give me your summation of the Panthers before we get into a deep dive.
Well, good, quick offense, quick defense. They were in the backfield of Cedar Bluff quite a bit on both sides of the ball. Again, like to throw the ball. You'll see them line up 4 wide, 5 wide. Wide side of the field, they like to run a little toss sweep that way a lot, especially when they've got the twins over on that side. So, again, it's just an offense. Collinsville, ever since I played in the 70s, has always been kind of wild out there with their offenses. So, again, it's explosive. They can be explosive.
Indeed, it is. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to welcome in Travis Lane from the Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard to give us the latest on all the games that we'll be following throughout the night off of our Autoglass in-game scoreboard, and I think he'll give us a game or two as well that kind of piques his interest. Don't go away. We continue with the preview show brought to you by the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle. Coming up on the other side of this break here on Fun Radio, Fun 92.7 FM HD2.
The Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle are proud supporters of the Fyffe Red Devils. The Mayor and Town Council would like to remind fans that we all play a role in the education of our students. Parents, fans, and members of this community, we set the example whether you're aware of it or not. Real Red Devil fans practice good sportsmanship. Is brought to you by the town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle. Go Big Red.
Straight Creek Studio is where ideas come to life. Straight Creek Studio offers customized laser engraved gifts and decor for all occasions, engraving wood, acrylics, and more. Let us help you with weddings, birthdays, baby showers, or other events. Give us a call at 256-601-7856 or visit one of our convenient locations in Fyffe and Mentone, Alabama. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Straight Creek Studio or online at straightcreekstudio.com.
Feel better with just one visit to Pennies from Heaven Spa and get started today on your wellness journey with us. We offer cool sculpting, body scrubs, a salon studio with scalp treatments, a customized nutrition program, and weight loss. We customize and personalize your wellness journey. Call us today at Pennies from Heaven Spa, where you come to get away at 256-638-9772 or 256-638-9SPA. The staff at Pennies from Heaven Spa wants to wish everyone a great season and go Big Red.
Looking for quality tires and wheels? Head to Guffey Tire and Wheel at 1811 Gold Avenue South in Fort Payne. We offer a wide selection of new and used tires plus OEM and aftermarket wheels to suit any vehicle. Our friendly team of experts is here to help you find the perfect match for your vehicle. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Call us today, 256-273-6697. Guffey's Tire and Wheel, driving you towards a safer journey.
Need a car but don't have enough for a down payment? Ace Auto Sales has an awesome layaway program where you can pay a little and get a lot. At Ace Auto Sales, every car now has a warranty. Struggling to get a car due to past credit issues? Look no further. We've got your keys to a quality car regardless of your history. Ace Auto Sales has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Fyffe on Highway 75 and in Gadsden on Megan Boulevard. Family owned and operated, treating you like family. Browse our inventory at aceautosalesonline.com. That's aceautosalesonline.com.
It takes personal commitment to build a winning football team like the Fyffe Red Devils. The same personal commitment you'll experience with W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel in Rainsville. A personal commitment to provide you with the care you expect and deserve. A personal commitment to provide affordable funeral services. More than just words, it's a personal commitment from W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel, Highway 75, Rainsville. Congratulations, Red Devils. Your personal commitment has made us proud.
This is the new home of the Fyffe Red Devils in North Alabama. Fun 92.7 HD2. Now back to the Red Devil Preview, brought to you by the town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle.
Welcome back, everybody, to Collinsville High School, Collinsville, Alabama. Region play underway tonight between the Fyffe Red Devils and the Collinsville Panthers. 65th meeting all time between Coach Paul Benefield's Red Devils and Coach Ernie Willingham's Collinsville Panthers. Let's throw it back to the studio for a check of our Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard with the latest. It's Travis Lane in the studio. Travis, how's the scoreboard looking tonight from Rainsville Autoglass, my friend?
Coming to you live like I do every Friday night from the heart of your radio. It's Travis Lane with your in-game scoreboard overview for this week. For tonight's action, we have Ardmore at Priceville, Sardis at Arab, Fyffe at Collinsville, Brewer at Gunnersville, Albertville at Florence, Asbury at Geraldine, Athens at Coleman, Boaz at Scottsboro, Brindley Mountain at Whitesburg Christian, Muscle Shoals at Columbia, Decatur at Jasper, Falkville at West End, Gadsden City, Holly Pond at Sylvania, Hyder at Woodville, James Clemens across town at Bob Jones, J.B. Pennington at Glencoe, Lexington at Decatur Heritage, Madison Academy at DAR, May Jemison at Hazel Green, North Jackson at Madison County, Pisgah at Section, Plainview at Randolph, Sandrock at North Sand Mountain, Sparkman at Austin, Susan Moore down at Cold Springs, West Morgan up at West Limestone, West Point across the county at Fairview, Westminster Christian at St. John Paul the Deuce, Winston County at Tanner. And here's a few matches that have caught my attention. The Holly Pond Broncos will be charging up Sand Mountain to lock horns with the Sylvania Rams in a region game tonight at Ram Stadium. In the 4 times that Sylvania and Holly Pond have played, the Rams have been the victor 100% of the time. However, this is the first time these two have met since 2013. Sylvania fell in their season opener last week to North Jackson, and Holly Pond made a personal record last week in their victory over Hanceville for the most points both teams scored in one of their games. For the record, Holly Pond defeated Hanceville 74-36. Yes, you heard that correctly. Keep an eye out for the Broncos as Will McDaniel is in his first year as head coach and off to a great start as well. Next, the Pisgah Eagles are going to be heading down Highway 71 to the Lions Den at Section for their second game of the season. Of course, they want to keep their energy rolling after last Thursday's season opener victory over our beloved Fyffe Red Devils, but these two teams are no strangers to each other, being in the same county and on the same mountain, and both are in 2A Region 7. Pisgah fielded their first team in 1929, and Section initiated theirs in 1968. Since then, they've matched 43 times, with Pisgah winning 31 of those. Section is still licking their wounds after last week's defeat from Valleyhead. Will the Eagles soar or the Lions roar? We shall find out tonight. Last but not least, the Athens Golden Eagles are traveling down Highway 31 to Woodard Stadium, the home of the Coleman Bearcats. Both teams enjoyed a win last week as Athens defeated Buckhorn 42-7, and Coleman sent Mortimer Jordan back to Kimberly, licking their wounds after the Bearcats mauled them 35-14. This will make the 61st time these two have dueled, going all the way back to 1917. Will Athens go home happy, or will the Bearcats send them in a retreat? Catch all the action tonight on the Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard on the Radio Sports Network.
Well, all right, and we continue with the preview show brought to you by the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle. Want to say a big thank you to Travis Lane back in the studio as we continue to nurse our way through some issues here this evening, some final audio issues. Hey, as long as we stay on the air, I can't complain too much. Let's take the break. When we come back, we're going to get into the breakdown of the Collinsville Panthers. And Greg Mears is going to give us everything he knows about Collinsville. Unfortunately, we're not able to meet with Coach Ernie Willingham this week to get his thoughts on his Panthers. But as we all know, Coach Willingham brings a tough squad into every ball game. And in particular, when he gets his 100th win as a head football coach, it's a pretty special ordeal. Let's take the break. And when we come back, we'll break down Collinsville, give you the keys of what we know for the Panthers here this evening. You're listening to the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle Red Devil Radio preview show, brought to you once more by the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle right here on Fun Radio 92.7 HD2.
The Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle are proud supporters of the Fyffe Red Devils. The Mayor and Town Council would like to remind fans that we all play a role in the education of our students. As parents, fans, and members of this community, we set the example whether you're aware of it or not. Real Red Devil fans practice good sportsmanship. This message is brought to you by the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle. Go Big Red.
Digging a ditch isn't easy. When it comes to trenching and plumbing, trust the pros at Wilks & Sons Trenching and Plumbing. With over 25 years of experience, Marcus Wilks and his team install underground utilities and plumbing for residential, agricultural, and commercial properties. As a family-owned business, Wilks & Sons now offers construction plumbing and service plumbing for water heaters and more. If you need reliable water distribution systems, Wilks & Sons is the name to call. Call 256-899-4552 for a free estimate. Wilks & Sons Trenching and Plumbing. We dive into the dirt so you don't have to work.
In DeKalb County, your voice matters. Stay connected with Voice of DeKalb, where we celebrate your stories and keep you connected to the community. From local news to high school sports and events, Voice of DeKalb reports only the good news because that's what we need in today's time. Have breaking or exciting news, or maybe a feel-good story to share with your hometown? Tell us about it at voiceofdecab.com or email Marla at voiceofdecab.com. Call us at 256-605-4427. Your voice, your stories, your DeKalb.
For 3 generations, Watkins Heating and Cooling has been your trusted name in HVAC service. Proudly serving Jackson and DeKalb counties since 1987, we offer extensive residential and commercial heating and cooling solutions. Our team at Watkins Heating and Cooling is dedicated to your comfort and satisfaction. We are open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call us today at 256-657-2371 or visit WatkinsHeatingandCoolingLLC.com. Watkins Heating and Cooling LLC, where quality service runs in the family. Alabama license number 21097.
Dreaming of the perfect vacation? Let Travel by Misty & Company take the stress out of planning. With our custom vacation planning, you pick the destination and dates, and we create a getaway tailored just for you. Whether you crave relaxation, adventure, culture, or a mix of it all, we can handle the details so you can enjoy the journey. Ask about our deal of the day and make your dream trip a reality. Visit travelbymisty.com or call 256-996-1614. Travel by Misty & Company, where your dream vacation starts.
When you're ready to protect and elevate your vehicle's appearance, look no further than Southern Ceramic Solutions. As the only certified System X ceramic installer in Northeast Alabama, we offer industry-leading ceramic coatings for unbeatable protection and a stunning finish. Our services include complete interior and exterior detailing, paint enhancement and correction, headlight restorations, and more. Whether you need a one-time service or our monthly maintenance program, our licensed and insured family-owned business is here for you at 1595 Main Street in Fyffe. Call 256-440-1520 for a quote today or visit SouthernCeramicSolutions.com.
This is the new home of the Fyffe Red Devils in North Alabama. Fun 92.7 HD2. Now back to the Red Devil preview, brought to you by the town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle.
Welcome back here to Collinsville, Alabama. I keep wanting to say Civitan Field because it's always been Civitan Stadium, Civitan Field here at Collinsville High School, where tonight region play gets underway in the 65th meeting all time between Fyffe and Collinsville. I'm Adam Ward alongside Greg Mears and Drew Sims. Jeremy Johnson not with us here this evening, and so we will be without our stat taker, but we will do our best to provide each and every bit of the information we can to you. And you may end up hearing a little bit of yelling in the booth with us at some point throughout the night. We're kind of having to mash a situation here together, sort of a mash unit, if you will, put together in the box. Things weren't as ready to go as once thought initially prepared here at Collinsville, but we're going to do the best we can, not only for ourselves, but the Fyffe coaches as well. And we're going to make sure that at the very least, you know everything that's happening in this ball game from the radio standpoint. Let's get into the Collinsville Panthers here, Greg Mears. You've been watching film. I spoke with Coach Benefield earlier in the week, and we're going to hear from him later on. But this is a Collinsville Panther team that they can run the football, but they're not afraid to throw it a little bit either.
No, and they do a little bit different than what Pisgah does. They kind of use the air to run the ball, but they take more deep shots than they did. Pisgah, although they had some long plays, they kind of used the short game a little bit more, some crossing patterns, hitting those seams. Collinsville likes to hit the home run when they go to the air.
Collinsville is a team that's going to rely on some pretty heavy senior-laden group here. As you look in front of us, I mean, legitimately 6 on this side, 5 on that. This is an 11 senior football group here. They're going to have to rely pretty heavily on those guys, though. They're going to throw some sophomores into the mix. A guy by the name of Gavin Lang, we called his name last year. I remember that name even as a freshman, making some impact plays for the Panthers here, Drew. This is a football team that's going to have to rely on their experience, I think, in this one.
Yeah, well, that's how you beat, that's how you beat a team like Fyffe. I think we say it, or I'll fill in for JJ. He says it every week. You can't have penalties. You can't make mistakes. And you can't let Fyffe get in your head. And these guys, the 11 that they've got, they've played Fyffe before. It shouldn't be anything but another game to them. You can't have mistakes from your seniors.
But as Drew says there, Greg, it has been many a time that these guys have lined up against Fyffe every year for a long time at this point. They ought to be somewhat best friends, and at least some of them have exchanged phone numbers at the very least. But it's been a minute since the Collinsville Panthers have beaten the Fyffe Red Devils. How much of that plays a factor in the head of these kids, knowing that there's a streak there?
Well, I don't know if it really plays that big of a factor once you get hit in the mouth that first time. Coming into the game, I think there's been some intimidation factors in the past. But nowadays, they saw Fyffe get beat last week. They saw them get beat last year by Geraldine the first game. So, I don't think the intimidation factor will be that bad for them.
By the way, I'm taking a look. Our friends David Parker and the crew over at the Alabama High School Football Historical Society have it down, and these guys are pretty deadgum accurate. They've become sort of the go-to as far as for everybody that has anything to do with high school football at all. They love this website. We do too, because it makes us sound a heck of a lot smarter than what we really are. But they've got the last win for the Collinsville Panthers, coming in a 14-0 shutout over the Fyffe Red Devils at Fyffe, by the way, on September 9th, 1980.
Intimidated by Fyffe last year. And like you said, they coming off a Pisgah loss. Maybe they smell some blood in the water. But like Greg said, all that only matters before the game. After you get hit in the mouth the first time, all that goes out the window.
Greg, Collinsville's not a lot of point on the season so far. Now, granted, they've only played one game. They had a bye week in that week 0. But they played Cedar Bluff, Lakeside, Pondside, however you want to call that, last week at Cedar Bluff.
They shut them out 42-0 and looked pretty decent doing it. You watched the film. Give me your whole take. Now, you gave me a condensed take. Now give me the whole take.
Very quick on defense. Their defensive line was in the backfield disrupting, the Cedar Bluff offense continually. In fact, I know there was I can remember one defensive score. So some of that scoring came from the defense, and it definitely came from some great field position. So, again, Collinsville's always been known for what they do on offense. This year, what I saw different was a team that got after you, was very physical, especially on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Drew, when you look, I want to say JJ, we're missing him tonight, but when you look at the grand scope of things for the Collinsville Panthers, knowing that Cedar Bluff is one thing, but then you get the last year's 2A state champion. I won't say defending because, y'all know my stance on it. You can't defend what can't be taken away, and B, they're not in 2A anymore. So you get last year's 2A state champion coming in. Most of the core has returned. There's some nicks and bruises that Coach Benefield's going to fill us in on a little bit later in the program. But nonetheless, this is still a very much different step up in competition from Cedar Bluff.
Well, yeah, both teams kind of make the jump to 3A, Fyffe and Collinsville both. And Collinsville is in the same boat as Fyffe is. Yes, the game last week, it mattered. They won. They shut them out. Great game. But at the end of the day, if you don't take care of your region business, then it doesn't matter. So this is where the games start to matter for your postseason hopes.
Greg, let's build off Drew's point there for a moment. How much do you really try to take away from that game last week if you're Coach Ernie Willingham? Obviously, you the old adage is you want to make the biggest leap from game 1 to game 2, but how much can you really take away in a game in which you dominated so much?
I guess at that point in time, you just try to keep the boys up, keep these young men up and encourage them and show them what they can do if they do their jobs. Because that's what they did against Cedar Bluff. They did their job. It's almost every play they were where they were supposed to be. And so I think you build on it that way. You just show them this is what's possible if every one of you do your job.
They're going to be led tonight by quarterback Mason McAteer, who's 5'11", 150 pounds, reportedly as a sophomore. We saw Mason last year as a freshman have to step up for Coach Willingham and his squad. Tell me a little bit about this quarterback and what you see and like about him. And, Drew, I'll ask you that same thing in a moment. What do you see and like about this quarterback?
Well, again, he was very much under control. Pressure really didn't get to him. Good arm on the short arms, kind of gets a little too much air under it on those long throws that I saw against Cedar Bluff, and I'm sure that's something that Coach Willingham worked with him this week on.
Drew, what about yourself? You've played more so in this era with Collinsville and Fyffe and the streak that lives right now, but when you look at McAteer, what do you see from him?
Well, like Greg said, got to work on the accuracy a little bit. Obviously, just a sophomore, so he's got time to work on that, but he's got to get involved in the run game tonight if you want to, keep this Fyffe offense off the field and kind of, I want to say, shorten this game because you want to limit the amount of times Fyffe can get the ball. So he's going to have to get involved in the run game.
Speaking of the run game, Quintavious Rogers, 6 foot, 165 pounds as a junior. He'll be the guy that they look at the starting running back position. Tell me, Greg, what you saw from that young man in that Cedar Bluff game.
Again, strong physical runner, kept his head down. Got some speed outside on the corner as well. So, again, another quality back they've got, and somebody that can take it to the house in a heartbeat for you.
I got to ask, though, and this can be asked really of both squads. Drew, we saw this last week. I don't know how much depth they had to go into with the Cedar Bluff game. Did Collinsville? We saw Fyffe really have to dig into the well on with some depth on that Thursday night. But my goodness, the difference in temperatures from Thursday night to Friday were pretty drastically different. But when you look at the depth of both of these squads, we've got both rosters here in front of us. The numbers, as far as numbers-wise, they're pretty even out here. But you and I both know that numbers doesn't necessarily translate to experience in the depth department.
Right. Well, those games last week is where you work on your depth, right? So you have to have those games last week to get younger guys in the game to where they're comfortable to be put in this Fyffe game. And I would give Collinsville that advantage in that area. They took care of business last week, got to get some younger guys in the game, got to work on some things with them this week, whereas Fyffe kind of had to play, your starter's second string most of the game. So we'll see if that comes into play tonight.
Greg Mears has got the starting lineups offensively for the Collinsville Panthers. And, again, we did not have an opportunity. We tried, and try as we might, we failed once more to get with the head football coach of the Panthers, Coach Ernie Willingham, to get his thoughts on this game. By the way, there may be a train pass through here at any given point. There's one rolling right through the backside of the stadium right now, behind the away bleachers, rather. And so it's at some point, if you hear a loud, sudden noise, it's probably coming from Drew's mic. There's a train. There's train tracks about, 100 yards, 150 yards, maybe, 200 yards away there. I keep going further out. But anyway, we weren't able to meet with Coach. Greg, you've got the starting lineups.
All right, so starting off, number 1 is Gavin Lang. He's a wide receiver, 6 foot, 175. He's a sophomore. Number 2 is Kyler Bean, another wide receiver, 5'11", 175. He's also a sophomore. Then number 3 is Silas Adams, another wide receiver, 5'8", 155 pounds, and a sophomore. Then we switch over. Number 4, another wide receiver. Like we said, they run 5 wide most of the time. So Malachi Jelks, he's 6 foot, 165. He's a senior. Quantavius Rogers is wearing number 5. He's a running back, 6 foot, 165. He's a junior. Adams already talked about Mason McAteer, the quarterback, wears number 10, 5'11", 150, a sophomore. Now we're getting into some of the big boys here. Number 50 is Justin Pruitt. He's a center, 5'9", 220. He's a senior. Number 51, Samuel Stewart, starts at left tackle, 6'2", 220. He's a junior. Number 54 is Sean Stewart. He's the right guard, 5'10", 225, senior. Then you've got the big boy out there is Caleb Cromer. He's wears number 55. He's the right tackle. He's 6'4", 250. And then left guard is Freddie Rivera, number 62, 5'10", 220, and he's also a senior.
All right, that's the starting lineups for the Panthers. Before we take the break, guys, Drew, I'll start with you. Your one key to victory if you're the Collinsville Panthers.
Well, again, I'll take JJ's place. Can't make mistakes, can't have penalties. And Coach Benefield says it best. Block, tackle, hold the ball.
Greg, your keys for Collinsville to get the win tonight?
Same thing. To me, Pisgah kind of out-fived Fyffe last week. So for Collinsville, I think that one of the biggest things they've got to do is that defense has got to hold up, and they've got to stop Fyffe from their explosive plays, which Pisgah did a great job with that last week.
Indeed, they did. We'll take the break. When we come back, it's time to break down the Fyffe side of things. Drew will take to the sidelines coming up in just a bit also. Give us a look at the field condition. We'll get the toss of the coin, our final look at the weather. It was sprinkling earlier, but things may finally be moving out of the area and allow us to have a somewhat dry night for high school football. Here from Collinsville, Alabama, Chad Hawkins Stadium. We'll be back with more of the Red Devil Radio preview show brought to you by the town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle on the other side of this break here on Fun Radio.
The town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle are proud supporters of the Fyffe Red Devils. The mayor and town council would like to remind fans that we all play a role in the education of our students. As parents, fans, and members of this community, we set the example whether you're aware of it or not. Real Red Devil fans practice good sportsmanship. This message is brought to you by the town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle. Go Big Red.
A cracked windshield is a constant distraction and a hazard. Let Rainsville Auto Glass replace your windshield and give you peace of mind while on the road. Rainsville Auto Glass can repair power windows and fix annoying chips in the glass too. Repairing auto glass is just part of what Rainsville Auto Glass can do. They can also repair and replace glass in your home, like a cracked living room window. Call Rainsville Auto Glass at 256-638-7888 or stop by 3204 Main Street East in Rainsville.
Realtors you can trust. Realtors that are thankful for you. That's South State Realty. South State Realty can walk buyers through the process, help them get pre-approved, and find their dream home. Let South State Realty do a comparative home analysis to find just the right time to sell. Make your buying or selling process stress-free. Call Ashley, Tina, and the team at South State Realty at 256-638-SOLD. That's 256-638-7653. View homes at southstaterealty.com.
Sonic Radio. What's up? This is Sonic RDIO. That spells radio. I'm your host, the CIO. Little riddle for you. What is crispy, salty, and begging to be dipped? If you said Sonic's all new groovy fries, you were correct. Hot and crispy, perfectly salted, and carved into a groovy shape that's perfect for scooping up creamy, groovy sauce. If you said my very sunburnt Aunt Shelby on the dance floor, you are also correct. All new groovy fries. Live free, eat Sonic. See menu for details.
Visit Sonic Drive-In in Rainsville at 208 Main Street East.
It's football time in Alabama.
The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major is striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
Petals Flower Shop supports Big Red and is hometown owned and operated by Jennifer Ashley. It's that hometown connection that makes doing business with Petals so personable. Jennifer understands what her clients need because she's hometown proud. Petals Flower Shop has a variety of beautiful fresh and silk flowers with daily deliveries for funerals, weddings, or any special event. Remember, flowers are for special people too, not just occasions. Call 256-623-2763, like Petals Flower Shop on Facebook, or stop at their new location at 1160 Main Street in Fyffe. Go Big Red!
This is the new home of the Fyffe Red Devils in North Alabama. Fun 92.7 HD2. Now back to the Red Devil preview, brought to you by the town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle.
The echoes of Crazy Train pouring, blasting through the stadium. Boy, I think they got a young pup out there on the controls up above us here. High atop Chad Hawkins Stadium, Collinsville, Alabama. It's not quite the crowd as we saw last week, but there are still people filing in, and I will say this, as Greg Mears joins me here on this segment. Greg, we look across the way, the brand-new bleachers here at Collinsville, at least half a set of new bleachers, if you will. Not only is it only a new away side, they kept the old home bleachers for the moment, but the new away side is only 5 rows up, and we were told on the way in that they are now under the number of seating that they had went back years and years ago when Collinsville was a 1A. They're under that seating now.
Yeah, it's brand new stands over there. They look fantastic. I didn't think you could get any smaller than what they had before, but they found a way to do it.
Well, I will tell you honestly what the gentleman told. I'm repeating the words here. That's all. I'm just repeating the words. But he said, quote, "It must have been an Auburn engineer that designed it." That's all there is to it. Greg, let's get into the Fyffe Red Devils side of things, though. They're coming in, I think, a little ticked off. We also know, and we'll get into it in a moment, that they're coming in a little nicked up and bruised. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But I think the key thing for this Red Devil team is this is almost a similar start to last season. Is it not?
Oh, absolutely. Again, they played a great team. Last year in Geraldine, this team with Pisgah doesn't look like there's too much to stand in their way now in the North and the 2A. So they played a great team, great game. They fought, they scored with 37 seconds left to take the lead. So, again, they learned a lot. Coach, I'm sure, saw a lot. It's going to be a lot. And I do believe that you do improve the most from first to second. So he just got to get the boys focused. And I believe that Coach Benefield's excellent at doing that. So, I'm really interested to see to come out and see how they handle that defeat. They did fantastic with it last year.
Indeed, they did. Drew Sims down on the side. Can you hear me above the noise of Crazy Train?
Yeah, I hear you okay. I do hear Crazy Train, though.
So tell me, when you've been in this similar situation of losing a ball game, maybe not necessarily always the first game of the year like Fyffe has done the last 2 seasons, but you've been in a situation where you lose a ball game and you have to come back that next week and prepare for the next opponent. How does Coach handle this? What do you know that he's done?
Well, you go in on Sunday and you watch the film. After Sunday, it's over. That game doesn't exist anymore. You're on to the next opponent. You're on to the next game. It doesn't matter what happened last week. What matters is how you learn and grow and how you get better as a team as the season goes on.
And indeed it does. And one thing that we're going to have to learn here tonight, Greg, we talked about bumps and bruises a moment ago. We're going to learn who some of these younger guys are that are going to really have to step up. We saw them last week on that Thursday night have to step up in crunch time. Now they've had a week to prepare because we know of some situations that have come up as a result of that game. Tell me about these young guys. We talked to guys like Bryson Green, Hunter Latham, who was actually a starter last week, but played and played well by Coach Benefield's standards. Tell me what you see from these younger guys and what they have to do here tonight.
Well, the first thing, like you said, is they have to step up, but they've had the advantage. Coach Benefield does a fantastic job of getting these young guys playing time and meaningful playing time over the last year. So it's something that a lot of them are used to getting this playing time from last year when they were obviously a little bit younger, but the games they played in, mattered, and they played when they did matter. So
yeah.
I look for them to do well.
Drew, you were one of those guys at one point that was looking at getting some playing time. You saw a lot in your days as a younger pup. Tell me what that meant last year translating to the next year.
Well, you go out there and compete. That's what you want to do. You go out there, do your job. We talk about that a lot, from 5-2. Do your job. Do what you're supposed to do. Do it hard. Do it fast. You'll be all right.
Indeed, you will. And one thing that Coach loves, though, Greg, is for guys to be hard-nosed, tough, but he wants them to be smart type of tough. And sometimes we don't always get that. We don't always see that. I mean, we are dealing with younger kids. We're talking 15 to 18-year-olds. I didn't make certainly the best decisions when I was 15 to 18 years old. I know you would probably admit the same thing. But at the end of the day, we're still dealing with young kids. But one thing Fyffe, Coach Benefield prides himself on is being not only tougher than you, but most, and probably more importantly, mentally tougher than you.
Yeah, and that's a big key to the game. I mean, last week, obviously, with all the cramping going on, that becomes a mental game too, and you've got to be smart. If you're going to make a mistake, though, do it all out. Be physical if you are going to make a mistake. But the biggest thing, like I said, is being where you're supposed to be and knowing what your job is.
Indeed, it is. And Drew, I do want to ask you about one player because Coach Benefield sort of brought him up to me off microphone a little bit, and he may even bring him up in a moment when we hear from him. But Hunter Latham stepped up in a big way, especially defensively for the Fyffe Red Devils last week.
He did. He made a lot of plays, made a lot of noise on defense, I'll say that. Had some big hits there in that first quarter. Just kept up, played great.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't he have an interception in the game too?
He did from a linebacker's outside linebacker spot, had an interception. That's pretty impressive.
6 foot, 170 pounds. He is listed as both tight end and defensive back, but as folks probably need to know by now, we get a little bland when we start labeling the positions because it doesn't always fit the natural realm of or the natural evolution of what football has become now. Everybody's spreading out, and I made a joke earlier that nobody even knows what a fullback is anymore, especially in today's 2024 spread schemes out here. But Fyffe certainly has one in Brody Badgett. He'll be at sniffer. He may end up interchanging a little bit with Simon Hicks. Drew, you and I were talking at dinner. You felt like that might be a good change for the Red Devils to kind of rotate that around a little.
Well, it's just a different look, right? I mean, Simon has obviously been playing a long time, the forgotten middle brother. So moving him around kind of gives the defenses a different look. And Badgett is not bad at all by any means in either of those positions.
Right.
So, again, just moving people around, giving defenses different looks and things like that.
All right, let's throw it to my conversation with the head football coach of the Fyffe Red Devils, Coach Paul Benefield. It's Coach's Chat, presented each and every week by our friends at Southern Ceramic Solutions who want to protect and elevate your vehicle. Give them the chance. Southern Ceramic Solutions bringing you this week's edition, much like every week, Coach's Chat with Coach Paul Benefield.
Now we get the opportunity to sit down with the head football coach of the Fyffe Red Devils, Coach Paul Benefield. And first of all, Coach, a Thursday night matchup last week. You get the extra day on Friday, perhaps to get a little healed up from some nicks and bumps and bruises. But what did you learn about your team from last Thursday that you could take with you now as you begin region play this week?
Man, that seems like that's been a month ago. It's the slowest week. When you get beat, you want to get back on the field and get that taste out of your mouth. And it's hard to do when you're not playing. So I'll be glad Friday gets here and try to get back, and try it again. Collinsville got a really good team too, and so we didn't learn a whole lot about our team other than what we did already knew that it's a night that went kind of like I thought. Other than the fact Logan getting hurt, I didn't foresee that, but that can happen anytime, and just basically the game comes down to every third down conversion. When you give up about 6 or 7 or 8 or 68 third down and 14s, you're going to lose. And we were really closer to winning, I guess, than we should have been.
Coach, how have you seen the boys respond? You get together on Sundays and watch film and work out and do what you need to do. How have you seen the boys respond? What's their attitude been like for practice this week?
Oh, it's been good. I mean, we're going to put everything behind us, win or lose, and move on, try to get better. Our problem's not necessarily technique or not necessarily, I don't know how you put it, but our problem is being able to go out into a game and stay focused on our assignments. That's our problem.
I noticed at one point in the game last week, probably more so in an effort to keep the guys fresh as you can, you had to rely on a little bit more on your depth. How did you feel those younger guys when they got put in there to relieve some of the starters, to give them a drink of water, give them a breather real quick? How did you feel like those guys did?
Yeah, we didn't get to sub as much as we probably should have. We tried to start out subbing, and I don't know, some of them did okay. I thought, of course, he wasn't a sub, he's a starter, but of course, Tucker Wilkes played hard as he could play, as long as he could. And Hunter Latham had a couple of plays, and was a young boy, first game to start. Of course, Simon had his normal game, a lot of tackles, but a lot of steps out there had to be taking that kind of heat. Just both teams were tired in the end, and they made one more play than us.
Coach, now you step into region play, you get Collinsville on the road again before you even get a chance at a home game. But when you look at the film on Collinsville, I know that they like to throw the football a lot, but tell me a little bit about Collinsville coming off that big win last week over Cedar Bluff for them. I know that's going to be a little bit of a confidence builder for them, but tell me what you know about Collinsville and Coach Ernie Willingham.
Well, they just look a lot more confident this year, bigger and stronger, and they're older. They should be. And so everybody's kind of smelling blood on Fyffe now and thinking that going in thinking you can win a game has a lot to do with it. And so I'm sure everybody now thinks they can beat us, and they may. I don't know. But, it's just I know that was, and Logan being out will be a confidence booster for them too, I'm sure. But we'll do the best we can do.
Coach, as always, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
There he is, Coach Paul Benefield of the Fyffe Red Devils, and not really revealing anything that we didn't already know there, but made mention a couple of times Logan Anderson will be out of the game tonight. That being said, give us a starting lineup for the Fyffe Red Devils.
All right, so tonight for Fyffe, you've got Blake Dobbins, number 4 at quarterback. He's 6'2", 180 pounds. He's a senior. Running back tonight starting will be Ryder Gibson in place of Logan Anderson. 5'11", 180 pounds. He's just a sophomore, but a really tough runner. At the sniffer position, you got number 21, Brody Badgett, 6'1", 221. He's a senior. Wingback position is 5'11", 165, Everett DeBoard. He's a senior. Moving on towards the line here, you got your first tight end is Cooper Harrison. He's a newcomer. He's a freshman, 6'4", 191. He wears number 26. Then you got Simon Hicks at the other tight end, number 33. He's 5'11", 215. He's a senior. Starting on the left side of the line, number 50, Weston Evans, 6'1", 215, sophomore. Jacob Butts, left guard, 66. He's 5'8", 221. He's a senior. At center, you got Jay Carter Lyles, wearing number 62. 6 foot, 200 pounds. He's a sophomore. Right guard's Jesse Martin, 56. He's 5'10", 180 pound senior. And then right now the All-State player for the last few years is number 70, Tucker Wilkes, that right tackle, 6 foot, 238, and he's a senior.
Let's take the break. When we come back, it'll be time for our Froggy Freeze pregame shift. We'll get the final few thoughts on the matchup tonight. We'll get both Greg and Drew's keys for a Fyffe win, as well as take a look at our field condition and our weather forecast for the night with Drew Sims. It all comes your way next. This is the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle preview show, once again brought to you by the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle. We thank you for listening. Stay with us, folks. The ball game is on its way next. You're listening to Fun Radio. Fun 92.7 HD2. Stay with us.
You've been listening to the Red Devil Preview, brought to you by the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle. Coming up next, the Froggy Freeze pregame chill and the opening kickoff on Fun Radio, Fun 92.7 HD2.
The Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle are proud supporters of the Fyffe Red Devils. The mayor and town council would like to remind fans that we all play a role in the education of our students. As parents, fans, and members of this community, we set the example whether you're aware of it or not. Real Red Devil fans practice good sportsmanship. This message is brought to you by the Town of Fyffe and Mayor Paul Cagle. Go Big Red.
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank. PIBonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. NMLS number 466340. Go Red Devils!
Hello, folks. This is Greg Anthony, General Manager of North Country Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Arab, Alabama. My wife, Ashley, and I would like to say good luck, Red Devils, and go Big Red. If you want to join a winning team, make the short drive to Arab, Alabama, where you're going to save money, get more for your trade-in, and have lower payments and lower interest rates. So if you want to be part of a winning team, just like the Big Five Red Devils, then make the short drive to Arab, Alabama. North Country Ford in Arab. I'll see you soon.
When it's time to celebrate that special person or team, call the professionals at North Alabama Trophies. Deborah Crawford and her staff offer a wide variety of plaques and trophies in different sizes and designs. And don't forget, North Alabama Trophies is more than just plaques and trophies, designing magnets, sports uniforms, t-shirts, custom sweatshirts, and children's clothing, and offers embroidery for hats, shirts, and more. 759 Main Street East in Rainsville. Call 256-638-8572. North Alabama Trophies.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College. Hi, I'm Adam Ward, and my career got started at Northeast Alabama Community College. NACC offers the lowest tuition rates in the state and guarantees class transfers within Alabama. Customize your schedule with flexible classes and fast-track certificate programs with new online options and hybrid learning. This fall, explore the new Workforce Development Center with expanded programs and cheer on the Mustangs on the Diamond in their first ever softball season. Kickstart your future at NACC.edu.
Morning Glory is a locally owned and operated assisted living residence in Fyffe, providing exceptional care to those who can no longer live alone or prefer a safe and comfortable environment. We provide medication administration, bathing and dressing, all meals, housekeeping, and personal care assistance. Enjoy our family-style dining room, furnished porches, beauty salon, free cable TV, along with educational, devotional, and recreational activities. Our trained staff is available 24 hours a day. Call 256-623-2626 or visit morninggloryalf.net. Market on Main is your one-stop shop for women's clothing and gifts in the heart of Fyffe. Discover the latest fashions and game day apparel, all at an affordable price. Gear up for Friday nights under the lights with the Red Devils and find tops, dresses, jeans, jumpsuits, and rompers all on our shelves. Visit us at 1002 Main Street or call 256-623-8503. Don't forget to follow Market on Main on Facebook for specials and new inventory. Market on Main, your style, your community.
They work hard. They play hard. Liberty Bank is a proud supporter of our local student athletes. For 50 years, Liberty Bank has been your local bank with prompt local decision-making, individualized services, and a team of professionals that's committed to building relationships with every transaction. Whatever your financial needs, remember, Liberty Bank is always on your team. Liberty Bank supports and celebrates the student athletes for their hard work and commitment to teamwork. Let's hear it for all of our student athletes. Good luck on a winning season. Liberty Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fyffe Red Devil football is on the air. We are the radio home of the 7-time state champion Fyffe Red Devils. Fun 92.7 HD2. Fyffe Red Devil football. Brought to you by
Watkins Heating and Cooling, the W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel, Voice of DeKalb, Travel by Misty and Company, the Town of Fyffe, and Mayor Paul Cagle, the Clarkson Law Firm, Straight Creek Studio, Southern Ceramic Solutions, Wilkes & Sons Trenching and Plumbing, First State Bank, 50 Taters, ABC Accounting Services, CCM Garage Doors, Congressman Robert Adderholt, Farmers Telecommunications Cooperative, Sonic Drive-In, Fyffe Pharmacy, Alliant Label, JC Metal Roofing, Liberty Bank, Market on Main Clothing and Gifts, South State Realty, Ace Auto Sales, Air Kids Inflatable Rentals, Allstate Insurance and Agent Casey Price, Applebee's Restaurant in Fort Payne, Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice, Morning Glory Meadows Assisted Living, Guffey & Sons Wrecker Service in Guffey Trophy's Tire and Wheel, Northeast Alabama Community College. Pennies from Heaven Spa, North Country, Ford Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Arab, Rainsville Auto Glass, North Alabama Trophies Rainsville, People's Independent Bank, and by Petal's Flower Shop.
Fyffe Red Devil Football. Online at fun927.com. On the Red Devil Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels. And on air on Fun 92.7 HD2. Now from the FTC Farmers Telecommunication Cooperative Broadcast booth. This is the pregame chill presented by Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice. Chill out with a hometown legend.
Indeed it is the pregame chill, and we thank Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice for bringing it to you this season as we shift gears and get you set for the kickoff coming up in just a matter of moments. Adam Ward alongside Greg Mears and Drew Sims tonight. Jeremy Johnson on sabbatical down at the beach. Greg, I almost did it. Greg, give me your take. Quick keys to the game for the Red Devils tonight.
Get back to playing 5 football. Some uncharacteristic penalties last week cost them some. And like Coach Benefield had mentioned, get off the field on third down. That was a real issue last week.
Drew, for you as well, keys for a Fyffe win.
I couldn't have said it any better. Keep it simple. Again, block, tackle, hold on to the ball.
Drew, while you've got the mic and the field, literally, tell us what the field conditions like as you step out on it now here in a moment. It's going to take the toss of the coin live on the radio. Give me what the field conditions are like. What's the weather like?
Field looks great. 71 degrees at kickoff. Little rain earlier, but I think that's all gone. Made it a little humid, a little hotter, but other than that, it'll be a great night for football. Indeed
it will, as the captains for both Collinsville and Fyffe have stepped out onto the playing surface as we continue with the pregame drill brought to you by Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice. Taste the hometown legend with Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice. Captains for the Collinsville Panthers will be Travis Ledford, a 5'10", 200-pound junior. Also out there, Malachi Jelks, a 6', 165-pound senior. Also out starting tonight for the Collinsville Panthers will be that quarterback Mason McAteer, the 5'11", 150-pound sophomore, as well as Justin Pruitt, the center, 5'9", 220 pounds. He's a senior. 3 captains tonight for the Fyffe Red Devils. That'll be the quarterback Blake Dobbins, 6'2", 180, the senior. Also Simon Hicks, he wears number 33, folks, and he's 5'11", 215 pounds as a senior. And then Tucker Wilkes, the 2A lineman of the year last year, 6', 238 as a senior. Drew Sims, as the captains shake hands at midfield and meet in the middle of that big C. We'll stick the microphone in. Let's go down for the toss of the coin.
Sportsmanship tonight, all right? Captains, y'all leaders, you're going to help me handle this game tonight, okay? Visiting team gets to call the toss. My coin has heads and tails. Heads, tails. What is your call?
Tails.
What'd he say?
Tails.
He said tails. All right, what'd we get? We got tails. You want to toss, you want to defer, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fyffe wins the toss and they defer. So you want the football, correct?
Sir.
You want to line up with Mr. Jones? Over here with me, Red. Right here, sir.
Collinsville will take the football as Fyffe won the toss and deferred. This has been the Froggy Freeze pregame shift presented by Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice. As the captains begin to make their way back to their victory lines in just a moment, they will pour through the smoke for the second week in a row. The Red Devils on the road. They'll return home for the first time in 2024 next week for homecoming with Asbury. But before we can get there, first have to take care of business tonight with the Collinsville Panthers. Collinsville, the smoke pours off to our left as they get ready to bust through. To our right, Fyffe smoke pours, and here come the Red Devils. Busting through the sign of the victory line tonight, wearing the traditional red helmet, as well as white jerseys tonight, red numeral, black outline on both the front chest plate and back plate and shoulder pads of the jersey. And tonight, the pants of choice, black with the Red Devil head logo on the hip pocket. The Collinsville Panthers, sort of a clean, classy look with that block C on the helmet, on a white helmet, a red C with a red stripe down the middle. Red jersey, white number, black outline on both the front chest plate, back plate, and the shoulder pads, and white pants tonight. Clean looks for both sides. We want you to settle in, folks, as we've got Fyffe, we've got Collinsville coming up for you in just a moment after a quick word from our friends over at Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice.
Experience the local legend in frozen treats at Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice. More than an ordinary stand, it's a Fyffe tradition. Owned by 3 generations of Fyffe High School alumni who excel in serving smiles. Fully licensed, insured, and equipped with updated health permits. Our 3 trailers bring the party to you. Call 256-717-7239 for any occasion, large or small, from sporting events to family reunions. Offering 35 flavors of shaved ice, plus hot chocolate, spiced cider, and coffee. Taste the hometown pride at Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice.
Now back to the Farmers Telecommunications broadcast booth for Fyffe Red Devil football on Fun Radio.
Welcome back to Collinsville, Alabama, as we get ready for the opening kickoff tonight, brought to you by Fyffe Pharmacy, the pharmacy that cares for you and about you. It's Fyffe Pharmacy bringing you our opening half kickoff tonight, which will come off the foot of Jesse Martin. Jesse coming into tonight's matchup, 5'10", 180 as a senior. He's also serving as a lineman tonight for the Fyffe Red Devils. Jesse gets the ball set. You hear the whistle from the officials. Jesse looks left, looks right, hand in the air, foot to leather. We're underway. It's a low line kick. Bounces at the 27, bounces off a Panther. He still ain't picked it up, and the ball is loose. It's a free ball. There's a scrum for it on the field, but I think Collinsville, well, I don't know. There was some disagreement there for a moment. Now the white hat says Collinsville football, first down. Boy, oh boy, that side judge come in for just a moment there, Greg, and was pointing the direction of the Red Devils, thinking Fyffe had recovered it.
It was, like you said, it was a scrum underneath there, and a Fyffe Devil was fighting for it, trying to get it away from him.
I think that was Tucker.
So it'll be first down and 10 upcoming for the Panthers as we get started with this first quarter, just seconds into it. An inauspicious start for Coach Willingham and his Panthers. On the opening kickoff, they'll set up shop first and 10 at the 20-yard line, moving right to left with 11:55 left to go in the first. Handoff, double reverse handoff, flea flicker. Haven't called one of these in a while, and it works out in the flat. Pass is caught by the tailback. He's got the first down, then gets leveled a little bit by Maddox Doss, and that'll fire up the Collinsville Panthers. It's, for what the play was set up to be, it's relatively a short gain, about 12 yards or so, a Collinsville first down. But again, Greg, that play was designed to really take a punch early, and I don't think it had the impact that they were intending.
Well, no, I don't know if we jammed them at the line, but there was nobody down deep. So, like I said, I don't know if we didn't let them get off the line.
I don't know if that play was designed to go deep at him. I think Coach Ernie Willingham knows the quarterback's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of it.
Split out wide in the slot is a man, Jeremiah Killian. We didn't call his name, 5'10", 180. He's a sophomore, and he's got a neck roll on. Here's a give. Tailback again, explodes through the line. He's got a first down up to midfield before finally being brought down, I believe, by Ryder Gibson. Nevertheless, 2 plays, and Collinsville is knocking on the door. They give it actually to the 549, so even across midfield, they're in Fyffe territory for the first time, barely 30 seconds into this game.
Yeah, they already moved the ball 31 yards in a couple of plays, so.
Well, there's a reason we brought up Quintavious Rogers, the junior, in the pregame chat there, Greg.
Yep, excellent job. Hit that hole in a hurry.
Both plays have gone to him, by the way, that throw out in the flat on what was the flea flicker. First down and 10 at the Red Devil 49, moving right to left. They give it to Rogers again. Spins at the line, and he'll get swallowed up. Met there by Anthony Mill, and there's that man. Hunter Latham also in there to help make the stop for a loss of 1 back to midfield, second down and 11. Now that's how you have a come-to-Jesus meeting at the line, Drew Sims.
Yeah, Tucker kind of created a pile there. I think he got double-teamed, so he just hit the dirt. Good job to kind of create a massive confusion.
Second down and 11. That's the first time Collinsville has gone backwards on this drive. Moving right to left, shotgun formation. Same formation they've been in all night. 2 split wide to each side. Tailback in the gun with the quarterback. McAteer tosses a screen out to the right side. He'll get 5, maybe 6 yards. And it'll bring up third down and medium on the catch. That is going to be Silas Adams, the 5'8", 155-pound sophomore. And our band is going just absolutely nuts over there, and I love it. We're going to turn you down just a hair, Drew, so we can hear ourselves think up here in the box.
All right.
Maybe our listeners be able to hear us as well. Third down and 5 now at the Red Devil 45. They need the 40, does Collinsville. Play clock down to 13. They still haven't broken the huddle down to 12. Now they break it. Coaches are saying, hurry up, get out of the huddle, let's go. Play clock down to 5. They're not set yet. 4, 3 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Now man comes in motion. It's Adams. 1 second on the clock. They snap it. And it's going to be a sack. McAteer will go down, courtesy of both Tucker Wilkes and Weston Evans, the sophomore that time. A loss of 1 will bring up 4th down and 6 to go. And does Coach Willingham shall we say, risk it for the biscuit here.
Well, I tell you, it's awfully early in a game to be risking it, but then it looks like they're lining up to punt.
And indeed, they will. Let me grab my binoculars here so I can make sure to tell you who that is back there to punt it away. That's going to be a young man wearing 62, Freddie Rivera, also playing the left guard position. So you'll have linemen doing some kicking duties tonight for both sides. Fyffe nearly gets to the punt, but instead the return is on. Maddox Doss trying to make a man miss, and he'll get mollywopped across the 10 at about the 11, and a flag comes in late.
I think there was a face mask there. It looked like the first guy that got there, Maddox, was trying to get away from him. I think he got a handful of face masks.
So Drew says face mask. We'll wait on the official to give us the official call, but that one came in a little late after that. Let's see, and indeed that is the case. Drew saw it right. His eyes do not deceive him. Face mask called against Collinsville on the attempted tackle, so that will move Fyffe up out of what wasn't exactly terrible field position, but wasn't good either, and it'll put the football down at the 18-yard line.
It's a spot foul, so I think it happened inside the 10.
Still a lot better of a situation to come out with than what they would have had going into the drive at about their own 9 or 10-yard line. First down and 10. Give Ryder Gibson up the gut he goes. He'll squirt across the 20-yard line to the 21 for a pickup of 3. Second down and 7 upcoming for the Red Devils. Again, we mentioned Gibson, the starter, in the absence of Logan Anderson tonight.
Yep, he should carry the majority of the load tonight. I'm sure they'll substitute in and run some of the wing backs and the sniffers and everybody, but he's going to be the majority of the carries.
But it ain't like he's inexperienced coming into this matchup.
No, since the 8th grade he's been back there.
Second down, Blake Dobbins leads the charge from the quarterback position. He gives it to Gibby again. Gibby stutter steps, makes a man miss, spins out of a tackle and tries to break out of another, but he'll have a Liberty Bank first down, the most important part of that run, down to the 29-yard line before being spun down by multiple red jerseys for Collinsville, and it is a Liberty Bank first down. The bank that's always on your team, it's Liberty Bank, and that time Ryder Gibson showing some toughness there and some patience, I think, more than anything.
Yeah, that was all on him. He kept those legs driving, didn't stop, and was able to twist around and pick up the first down out of it.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Scoreless first quarter, 7:48 left to go. Blake Dobbins, the fake to Gibby. Keeper by Blake. He'll get up to the 30, so only a 1-yard gain. Maybe the 31, depends on which side judge they go with. They'll put it down at about the 30, just maybe a hair past it. Second down and 9 upcoming. I want to remind folks that in about a minute and a half or so of game time, we will have a stoppage in play for the heat break timeout. Those are still in effect here. Those may go one more week, and then I think they stop after about one more week. Second down and 9 at just past the 30-yard line. Gibby to the left of Dobbins. Dobbins play action to Gibby. Simon Hicks is wide open. Simon, nobody's going to catch him. Inside the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown Red Devils. Blake Dobbins to Simon Hicks. That is about, almost a 70-yard pass, give or take 69, 70 yards. And it was a beautiful ball. Simon did have to hold up just for a moment, but nonetheless worked out beautifully. Greg, that time nobody went with Simon Hicks.
No, he was wide open. He was 20 yards behind everybody by the time that ball got to him.
And Collinsville have been doing a good job kind of stopping Fyffe at the line, kind of clogging things up, so leave it to Coach Benfield to call a pass on the first drive.
Jesse Martin will attempt the extra point here out of the hold of Maddox Doss. Maddox signals he's ready for the snap. Bullet snap, kick is up. It's a bit of a lower kick, but it is through the uprights. It is 5-7. Collinsville nothing with 7:05 left to go in the first quarter on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Fyffe Pharmacy is your hometown Health Mart pharmacy for all your prescription and personal health needs. Fyffe Pharmacy's focus is on you, providing you with a convenient location, professional and friendly service from a staff that knows how to make your visit pleasant and enjoyable. Located at 44 Blackwell Street, just off Alabama 75 in downtown Fyffe. Fyffe Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy, caring for you and about you.
There's nothing like the sound of rain on a metal roof. JC Metal Roofing provides all types of quality metal roofing for your home or even your barn with the ag panels. JC Metal Roofing products are snap-lock standing seam. Trust the metal roofing company with over 12 years in business that offers guaranteed work from a licensed and insured professional serving all of North Alabama. Call 256-996-2678 and follow JC Metal Roofing on Facebook for current projects. JC Metal Roofing.
Fun 92.7 HD2.
Welcome back to Collinsville, Alabama, Chad Hawkins Stadium, where the Red Devils lead the Panthers 7-0. Jesse Martin, a short, high kick reined in at the 40. It's still a live ball, and this time it's Fyffe football. Blake Dobbins is all over that one. And he's getting some hand claps, some pats on the backside. Jesse Martin gives him a slap across the helmet. Bryce Tuthero a pat on the back. And Fyffe comes out and gets the football right back after a short kickoff by Jesse Martin. Let's throw it back for a moment to that Allstate Insurance scoring recap presented by Casey Price here. A ball in which, even a moment before the throw actually happened, you heard, get it to him, Greg.
Yeah, he was wide open down there, but that was a 3-play, 82-yard drive. Blake Dobbins to Simon Hicks for 69 yards, and it took 1 minute and 46 seconds off the clock.
Allstate Insurance and Agent Casey Price in Rainsville bringing you our scoring recaps. It's Allstate. Are you in good hands? First down and 10. Here's a give. Gibby trying to take it up the middle on the draw, and he'll get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gains. Second down. There's a little laundry out on the field. I think it's a cleat out there, and indeed it is. Jesse's holding it up saying, hey, boys, who's lost this? And indeed it's Gibby who's lost his wheel for a moment. Got to put the old shoe back on. Sliding right out of it. Second down and 10 at the Collinsville 47. 6.5 minutes remaining. A 7-0 first quarter lead for the Red Devils. Blake Dobbins, keeper, trying to take it out to the left side, and he'll get swallowed up and met immediately at the line of scrimmage. Third down after a no gain. So 2 plays here, Drew. Collinsville has kind of stood their ground.
Yep, again, doing a good job stringing that one out, meeting him at the line of scrimmage, doing a good job not getting blown off the ball. Sometimes you see that from Fyffe opponents that play Fyffe, but these linemen doing a good job of making a pile at the line of scrimmage.
Third down and 10. That defense is going to be a little wore out, maybe. They've been on the field for 2 straight drives here. Third down and 10, play action. Men open again. It's Simon, and this time Blake overthrows him. Simon was open, and Blake that time put a little too much mustard on it and overthrew him by about 5 or 6 yards there, Greg, to set up a 4th down and 10.
Yeah, again, just a little bit too much air under it. Had him open there, but that's going to loosen up that line quite a bit. They do that 1 or 2 more times, and you won't see, 11 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Timeout taken for the heat break, and we will take it with them. Again, I told you these were coming. They'll do these every quarter around the midway mark of the quarter. 5:47 left to go in the first quarter. 5-7. Collinsville nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Fyffe Red Devil Football on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
You need a place to save, just start now. Get along to that first house. Caught in the storms of life or just fair weather. You'll be safe. First State Bank will grow together.
First State Bank, locally owned and operated, where we can meet your needs personally and promptly with online banking featuring online bill pay, e-statement, mobile banking, mobile check deposit, debit, and credit cards.
First State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Attention football fans, this season don't let slow internet make you miss a single touchdown, tackle, or triumph. With our gigabit fiber internet, you get blazing fast speeds that keep you in the game. Stream every play in crystal clear HD. Blitz through online stats and video chat with fellow fans, all with zero lag. Don't fumble your connection. Score big with our unbeatable fiber service. Call FTC and get your gigabit fiber internet just in time for the big game. Stay connected, stay ahead, stay unstoppable. Visit farmerstel.com or call us at 866-638-2144. FTC, we keep you connected.
Welcome back. Chad Hawkins Stadium. 4th down and 10. Fyffe goes with the Trey Freeze formation flip. Nobody jumps for Collinsville. They stay home. Blake Dobbins will boot it to nobody back there deep. This one will roll barely into the end zone, and it actually rolls back out to the half-yard line, but it will be a touchback nonetheless. So Collinsville will take over first down and 10. Fyffe looked to capitalize, Greg, and could not off a short kick recovery on that kickoff after the score. One thing, though, Drew, I really feel like in that moment Blake's eyes kind of got really big on that last throw compared to his first.
Yeah, well, he kind of underthrew him a little bit. You alluded to it under the first, so he was going to make sure he didn't underthrow him, but he overthrew him almost Not as bad as DJ Uyunglele, though.
Say it. Overthrow third world country.
Third world country, that's right.
First down and 10, 5 split out wide, triangle formation to the left of it, 2 to the right. And it's going to be a screen out to the near side, and read beautifully by Ryder Gibson. They'll only give up about 2 yards to bring up second down and 8, and screen into the hands of Quintavious Rogers, the junior. Greg, it looks like they're going to ride his coattails and ride him early here in this ball game.
Yeah, he's going to be their hoss, but that was a great open field tackle by Ryder. He doesn't make that tackle, and he might still be running.
4:52 remaining in the first quarter.
Adam,
second down and 8.
They put a lineman out left at number 62. I think is out wide.
He is indeed. They've got one to each side, as a matter of fact. So we've got 7 linemen in the game. 1 on each side, as well as the 5 up at the line of scrimmage to snap the football. They're going to throw deep. Near side, Adams, the intended target, and it's no good. It'll bring up third down and 8. Well,
actually a Fyffe DB fell, so it's not a good throw.
They tried something there a little bit, and it hasn't worked out so far. Third down and 8. Not the first time that they've tried something. Probably won't be the last, at least in this first quarter, Greg.
No, it won't be. And like I said, I'm having flashbacks to Coach Weaver coaching these Collinsville Panthers and all the strange stuff he did way ahead of his time on offense.
I was afraid you were about to say I'm having throwbacks to Nam. Third down and 8. 3 split wide right, 2 to the left. Going to chuck it deep and down the middle of the field, and it's incomplete. Diving attempt made, fourth down. The intended target hitting the ground. I believe he's wearing 26. I don't have a 26 on the roster.
Yeah, Simon was ever so close to getting a finger on that. He might have got the very tip of his fingertip on it, but again, not necessarily a great throw, not very accurate.
Indeed, he is wearing 26. We don't have a 26 on the roster. That might be Jamison Tidwell, maybe. But nevertheless, it's fourth down, and Collinsville in a no doubt about it punting situation here. Back deep to field it, Maddox Doss. Maddox, the last time he was back to field a punt, got his face mask tugged a little bit. Fyffe got back there again, nearly blocking the punt, and Maddox is going to wave everybody off and let the ball roll past him, and it'll die at the 32-yard line. So first down and 10 upcoming. Believe probably a good decision there, Drew, by Maddox Doss, too, to allow that one to just go all right on by and not risk anything.
Yeah, he was kind of standing in front of the punter, and it went off, kind of shanked it off to the right, so kind of like my golf swings.
I was going to say kind of like Greg's, but, you beat me to it.
That's why we can't be scramble partners, Greg.
Yeah, exactly. Mine's just nice and 180 yards and straight, but very slow.
First down and 10 upcoming for the Red Devils at their own 32-yard line with 4:09 left to go in this first quarter, and they are up 7-0, looking to capitalize and try to go up 2 scores. Little high snap. Blake has trouble handling it. He'll bring it down. He'll take off and try to follow some blocking, and he'll get right back to the line of scrimmage. No gains. Second down and 10. Some rocket snaps were a bit of an issue in the game last week, Drew, especially on one snap that shot right past Blake and ended up changing the whole look of a drive.
Yeah, and he did a good job of corralling that one, because if he didn't, it was going a long way.
Second down and 10. Blake potentially saving the drive there by making sure to corral the ball first and then getting just what he could, which in this case was back to the line of scrimmage. 3.5 remaining in the first quarter. Low snap. Taking it out of the dirt is Gibby. And Gibby is all alone, running down the right sideline. Between the numbers and the sideline he goes. 10-5, touchdown, Ryder Gibson. Ryder Gibson from 68 yards out strikes and puts the Red Devils up 13-0.
Went from Blake come out of the game. Simon was back there, I think, direct snap directly to Gibby, so didn't have to wait on a handoff. Kind of helped.
And Greg, notice what Drew just said, who was back there with Gibby. Simon Hicks.
Yep. We talked about him.
It's one of those situations with Logan being out, you're going to have to start relying on a few other guys. You'll look to a few other guys to step in and try to help fill some voids. Maddox Doss will hold for Jesse Martin. Coming up in just a moment, we'll check our Rainsville Auto Glass in-game scoreboard after Jesse's extra point attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. The kick is up. And the kick itself is also good. 14-0, Red Devils lead it over the Collinsville Panthers with 3:17 left to go in the first quarter. Let's take a quick timeout to throw it back to the studio and a Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard update with Travis Lane.
In-game scoreboard. Here's your Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard update on the Fun Radio Sports Network. Pisgah over section 7-0. Arab leading Sardis 7-0. Scottsboro leading Boaz 7-zip. And Plainview and Randolph knotted at 0. We'll be back soon with more scores and more Friday night action on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Thank you, Travis Lane. We look forward to checking in with you throughout the evening on the Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard. Coming up in a moment or so, after the kickoff, we will check our Allstate Insurance scoring recap. And by the way, Rainsville Autoglass, the in-game scoreboard. I want to remind you that Rainsville Autoglass is the preferred destination for not only auto glass needs, but your home glass for windows and all sorts, folks. They could take care of you. If it's glass, let them help you out. Rainsville Auto Glass with the in-game scoreboard, repairing more than just auto glass. Return on all the way for Adams this time, and he slips, and ooh, that knee kind of went up behind him there for a moment on the slip. Very fortunate to pop right back up and looks to be all right, but it's one of those just for a moment. If you're a Panther, you're kind of saying, oh, don't, please, don't be a knee. Greg, let's check our Allstate Insurance scoring recap.
Well, that was another quick one. 52 seconds, 2 plays. Ryder Gibson squirted around the right side and outran everybody for a 68-yard touchdown. Point after is good, 14-0 Fyffe.
First down and 10 for Collinsville at their own 30, moving right to left. 4 split out wide, 2 to each side. Tailback Quintavious Adams to the left of the quarterback, McAteer. McAteer bobbled the snap and barely got it into the gut of Adams, and Adams will force his way forward for a modest gain of 3 yards. Drew, that's about as tough fought a yardage as he's had all night.
Yeah, again, Fyffe doing the same thing Collinsville was doing, just kind of making a pile there in the middle. Was lucky to get 3 yards, I would say.
Under 3 to go in the first quarter. Fyffe up 14-0. At this point, if you're Coach Willingham, this must be answer time for the Panthers. They had a decently start to the first drive of the game, but since then, not much of anything. Second down and 7, same formation. Quarterback, quick pass out to the near side, and the ball is low. It's caught, but he's going to go down for about a yard loss in the backfield to bring up 3rd down and 8. Simon helps up the receiver in Gavin Lang. It's 3rd down and 8 to go. That ball just a little low there, Greg.
Yeah, and even if it had been thrown well, he wasn't going anywhere. Fyffe had that covered pretty well.
Gavin's got a 6-foot frame, but I'm not sure he would rather dig him out of the dirt as opposed to go up for him. 3rd down and 8 now to go at their own 32. Empty backfield here. 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback alone in the backfield. He'll roll out to his right. Fyffe has pressure immediately. It's a designed quarterback run. Blake Dobbins is there to meet him and stop him. I think it'll depend on the spot. I thought he had him about a half a yard short. Coach Willingham down on the Collinsville sidelines holding up 1 for the first down, and the far side judge is saying give it to him.
Yeah, I think when he rolled him around, he just was able to get that ball stretched out across the 40 or right at the 40.
First down and 10 at their own 40. A designed run there by McAteer.
Like we mentioned, he's going to have to be involved in this run game if they're going to move the ball against this defense. 90
seconds left to go. And Collinsville's trying to shorten this game a little bit too here, Drew, by taking as much of the play clock as they can.
Yeah, that's one of the ways you beat Fyffe, to be honest with you.
5 seconds left to go on the play clock. Man goes in motion. Fake sweep, keeper by McAteer. Run again. He'll get 4 yards up to the 44-yard line before he's brought down by a host of Red Devil defenders, including Bryson Green for the Red Devils and Weston Evans also in on the stop. A 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6, 1 minute left to go. They've got time for 2 plays if they want them.
Man, I tell you, if Bryson Green was about 6 inches taller, we'd be mentioning his name a lot more, I think.
I think so. You love the heart of this young man in spite of his frame. I remind folks Bryson is only 5'5", at least according to the listed roster from the coaches, and 135 pounds. He's just a sophomore, so still time to grow. Quintavious Adams will take the handoff up the middle on the draw across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 3.5 to go, closer to 4 now as they continue to move that football back. And with 23 seconds left, I'm not sure that Coach Willingham will run a play.
Yeah, I think you take it to second quarter.
McAteer is still here on the sideline. He's on the field, but he's just looking. That is indeed going to be it. So Collinsville will take it to the quarter break. Fyffe is up 14-0 over the Panthers. You're listening to Fyffe Red Devil Football. We are the Fun Radio Football Network.
The Clarkson Pennington Law Firm can handle your legal needs.
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. We'll be there for you. Everybody needs someone by the side. That's just what we'll do. You can put your trust in us at ClarksonFirm.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be provided is greater than the quality of legal services provided by other lawyers.
From one season to the other, your garage door takes a beating. Hot, cold, wind, rain, plus it's continuously in use. Time for a new garage door or a fix on an old reliable? CCM Garage Doors sells and maintains all makes and models of garage doors. 24-hour on-call service. 3 years parts and labor warranty along with free estimates. CCM Garage Doors is Better Business Bureau accredited. Don't fight the ups and downs of an aging garage door. Call Chris at 256-572-9170. CCM Garage Doors. Online at ccmgaragedoors.com.
With 7 championship trophies, we're going to need a bigger shelf. The Fyffe Red Devils on Fun Radio.
Welcome back. Hawkins Stadium here at Collinsville High School at third down and about, 4 to go here for the Panthers, 3.5 or so. Attaboard alongside Greg Mears and Drew Sims. Start of the second quarter, Fyffe up 14-0. Looking to get a third down stop here. This is right there at the midfield area. This might be 2 down territory, down 2 scores.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You can't afford to really give Fyffe the ball back right here. So
they'll flip into the field, and they'll be in shotgun formation, but this time it's not full-blown spread. Play action. They're going to fire deep down the left side. It is up and nearly intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. Some miscommunication between quarterback and receiver. Ryder Smith nearly had a pick. It might have been Ryder with that pick, by the way, last week. But either way, 4th down and 4 upcoming. And the intended target, I believe, was Gavin Lang. And Gavin was nowhere near that football from McAteer, Greg.
No, he was running a pure streak route, and he underthrew that ball. I don't know if it was supposed to be like a fade over to the sideline, but definitely not on the same page with each other.
It's like they are going to punt here.
4th down. And Fyffe's going to play defense safe. They're in the same thought process we are, that this is go-for-it territory if you're Coach Willingham and the Panthers. So Fyffe will play a little defense safe here. Maddox will still go back. He's standing around the 16-yard line to field the punt. Fyffe shifts up front a little bit defensively. 4 men behind the lineman. Ryder nearly gets back there. Kick is going to come all the way to the near side, bounce inside the 30, and roll out of bounds at the 23-yard line. Maddox doesn't try to field it. Wise decision there by the young man, considering that football went way away from him. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Maddox, by the way, in spite of what the final score was there, Drew, Maddox had a play there on a 2-point conversion that really, in all honesty, was probably more an attempt to get Blake any sort of rest they could get him, but came in and threw a beautiful ball to convert a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, absolutely, and that just showed the trust Coach Benefield has in his young guys. And Maddox, obviously, has earned it because he earned it doing that 2-point conversion last week.
1st down and 10 at their own 23. Fyffe goes back to work, up 2 scores, looking to stretch it with 11:41 left here in the first half. Moving right to left, low snap, play action. Blake looks downfield, rolls out to his right. Now he'll fire deep. 1-on-1, jump ball. It is caught. It is caught and slung out of bounds. Coming back for the football, Everett Dubord for the Liberty Bank 1st down inside Collinsville territory at the 41-yard line. This week's subject of our fight focus, and that time is in a bit of a jockeying position here, Greg, and ends up finding the football at the right time.
Yeah, excellent job coming back for that football, helping the quarterback out on that throw.
A little bit underthrown, but that was also put in a place where he basically, Drew, I think, said, Everett, go win the battle.
Yeah, well, he was under some pressure and kind of rolling out, even if it was to his right, kind of under some pressure. So hard throw, but good job by the receiver to come get the ball.
1st down and 10. Simon and Ryder now in the Wildcat formation. Who's going to take the direct snap? In this case, it'll be Ryder again. Ryder out to the right side, trying to slip a tackle. He will not, but he'll get slung down close to that 1st down marker. The tackle made there by Jeremiah Killian, the sophomore. Give a 7-yard carry there for Ryder Gibson to bring up 2nd down.
Well,
close to 8.
Simon may not be getting the ball, but he's You get him back there, he's a heck of a lead blocker.
But it's something to think about, Greg. You put Simon back there to possibly take the direct snap. It makes the defense think, if nothing else.
Oh, yeah, and that's what it is. It's just, deception.
And we got whistles on the field, and I think Collinsville just popped their first time out of the half. Indeed, they did. Collinsville has taken a timeout, so we will take it with them. We'll be back with more Red Devil football in just a moment as the Red Devils only lead 14-0 over Collinsville on the Fun Radio Sports Network, presented by Superior RV.
When it comes to protecting all that you've worked hard for, wouldn't it be great to have one place that protects it all? I'm Allstate Agent Casey Price, and I'm the only insurance agent you need to help keep tabs on protection for all of your stuff. I proudly served those in Alabama, but I can now help protect all of Georgia and Tennessee. From your home, car, rental properties, and ATVs to your life, retirement, and business insurance, I can help with it all. Give Megan and I a call today at 256-638-7910 or stop by my office in Rainsville and see us. Are you in good hands?
Elevate your brand with top-notch labels from Alliant Label LLC, a full-service label manufacturer. We offer everything from blank shipping labels to customized solutions. Whether you're a small farmer or a large corporation, we cater to your needs with precision and care. Family-owned and operated with 30 years of industry expertise, Alliant Label excels in delivering large-scale orders promptly and efficiently. Our commitment to quality and customer service means your brand receives the attention it deserves every time. Visit AlliantLabel.com or call 888-673-0707. Alliant Label, making your ideas stick.
With 7 championship trophies, we're going to need a bigger shelf. The Fyffe Red Devils on Fun Radio.
After the Collinsville timeout, it'll be 5 second down and short. Football rest at the Panther 34-yard line. With 10:57 remaining in the first half, Fyffe enjoying a 14-0 lead, but more importantly, they're on the move in Collinsville territory. Blake Dobbins back into the ball game. He'll take the snap, gives it to Ryder Gibson. Ryder up the middle, waiting for some blocking to develop. He'll lunge forward and get down to the 30. That play will result in a Liberty Bank first down. The bank that's always on your team, it's Liberty Bank first down. Let's talk about Ryder for a moment. I don't think enough can be said for this sophomore sensation, if you will, here, Greg.
No, not at all. And he's got excellent vision. On the play before that, he ducked inside and then took it back outside, saw the hole. So, again, he's tough, keeps the legs moving, but he's also got some excellent vision hitting the hole.
Blake Dobbins is going to come spread out wide to the left, and nobody's gone with him. Now here comes a man laid over from Collinsville. It's a dribbler back to Simon. Simon's first carry of the game, and he'll get spun around across the 30. Down to the 28-yard line, so a 2-yard gain. Second down upcoming. Well, they're going to give him a little farther than that, aren't they? What? Yeah, no, I was about to say now back it up. There we go. That's more like a 2-yard gain there. Well, that down marker was about 4 yards a little farther.
Yeah, that was a favorable spot there for a second or two.
Second down and a short 8 to go, maybe a long 7, depending on how you look at it here. Moving right to left are the Red Devils. Simon back there again, and it'll be Ryder taking the snap, but before we can get the play off, we've got a flag. Offsides will be called against Collinsville. Now, by my count, that's 2 penalties Panthers thus far. Is my count off?
No, that's correct. That face mask and that offsides, I believe that's it.
Yep, thank you, Brad.
For the most part, a relatively clean game, keeping the officials out of it, and that's what both Coach Willingham and Coach Benefield, who are friends, by the way, could ask for nothing more, really.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're looking for, especially your second game. Clean everything up.
A 5-yard penalty makes it second down and a very short 3. There's the Trey Freeze formation flip. Here's another 5. The moment we bring up penalties, Fyffe's going to get an automatic first down off an offsides call from the Trey Freeze formation flip, and it'll be an automatic first down inside the red zone now, around the 18-yard line. So if you're Collinsville in this case, that's not what you want, but if you're the Red Devils, you'll take any chance at getting some free yardage without having to run.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how often that play works. I mean, year after year, game after game.
When will they learn?
Obviously never.
The 12th of never.
First down and 10 at the 18. Dobbins fakes the give to Ryder. He'll keep it himself. Get about a 2-yard gain near the 16-yard line. Second down, and maybe they may say give him a yard or so. It's a little hard to tell from our vantage point up here with 9 minutes and counting down left to go. They'll say 1. Second down and 9 upcoming.
I'd like to see Blake kind of stick his head down, maybe get an extra yard out of that. But he did get two guys kind of hit him at once. But.
2nd down and 9. Blake Dobbins also, by the way, with a frame of 6'2", 180 pounds. One of the 12 seniors on this football team. He'll look to the sideline for the check meet with Coach. Low snap, gets it into the gut of Ryder. Ryder up the middle, gets across the 15, and they'll put him down right there for a 3rd down after a very short gain. 3rd down and about 7 to go. 8:15 left to go. These snaps have been a little bit of an issue here, Greg, in that they're either dribbling their way back to the quarterback or they're like a rocket past his shoulder.
Yeah, we saw this a couple years ago where we had some issues with that, and it just disrupts the timing of the play. Just a hair of a second can mean the difference between a touchdown and a 2-yard gain.
Jay Carter going to have to settle in a little bit and just play his game. There's a good snap right into the gutter. Ryder this time off the handoff from Dobbins. Ryder gets the edge. Ryder gets the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils. Ryder Gibson strikes for his 2nd score of the night to put the Red Devils up 20-0. Off that right side. And that time a man sort of had him hemmed in for just a moment there, Drew Sims, on that edge, but the angle, I think, was bad.
Yeah, kind of took a bad angle. Ryder saw it, got the edge on him.
Jesse will put the square-toed boot on. One that caused a lot of issues, evidently, in the offseason, trying to make sure it was fixed and ready to go, because apparently nobody does that anymore. Nobody really does those types of cleats anymore. But they got it squared away, quite literally. Kick is up, and the kick is good. There is a flag on the play.
I think they're going to get Collinsville for jumping the line of scrimmage. Isn't that a penalty now?
It is. So hold the phone a moment. There is the flag. We'll check it. The kick is up and good. It is a penalty to jump over the line. It is a personal foul against Collinsville, and I think that will indeed be the case for jumping the line. And I guess we'll keep it here now after that penalty, because let's explain that one. That's not necessarily one, Drew, that you hear often, as Fyffe takes the 21-0 lead after the extra point attempt is good from Jesse, but that's not necessarily something we hear a lot of. So explain what we mean to the folks when we say, quite literally, the guy jumped over the line.
Well, if you can imagine or remember Troy Polamalu jumping over the line, blocking extra points, blocking punts, stuff like that. No, let's be honest, these kids out here are not as athletic as that. So a lot of times when somebody jumps the line, they're not going to make it. They're going to land on their head and they're going to get hurt. So they've made it a penalty to do so. I think it's been that way for a few years.
A while now.
Serves, yeah.
And the thing about it, too, is it's mainly a safety issue more than anything. As much as we complain about football not being football today what it was 20, 30, 40 years ago in the glory days of guys like Greg's favorite Larry Zonka and those types of guys, this would be one that I could agree with a little bit on the purpose of a guy gets flipped over, and next thing you know, those helmets can only protect so much on that noggin. So Jesse will kick off from Collinsville's 45-yard line. We'll see what he does with this one. It's a dribbling kick, trying to keep it out of the hands of the return men for Collinsville. There will be a return. It's on, but it ain't going anywhere. Hemmed up almost immediately is Silas Adams for Collinsville. And the Panthers will set up shop 1st down and 10 at their own 18-yard line. So let's check that Allstate Insurance scoring recap with Greg Mears.
All right, we had a 7-play, 77 total yards. Ryder Gibson again taking it in around the right side from 18 yards out. That drive took 3 minutes and 58 seconds, making the score 21-0.
Allstate Insurance and agent Casey Price in Rainsville. Are you in good hands? So far, a 3-score lead into the hands of the Red Devils. Man comes in motion on the sweep. He'll stop. He'll look to fire deep. It's up for grabs, and it is intercepted by Everett DeBoard. Everett coming back at midfield. He's got a convoy of blockers down the right side into the Fyffe bench. Everett lowers the shoulder onto a man trying to make the tackle. He'll get flipped out of bounds at the 25-yard line, and Fyffe is back in business with the football.
There's that shot you were talking about, Adam. Good job by Everett. In perfect phase. It looked like he was throwing it to him.
Indeed it did. Everett even had to fade a little bit away from his man because that ball, by that point, was kind of fluttering and stuttering around in the air, and Everett able to just plot himself right down underneath it. I would ask Greg what he thought about it. He's been looking down the whole time.
No, I saw that play, though. He wasn't fooled at all. Obviously, the coaches have looked at that one throughout the game week here because he knew exactly what was coming. The little stop-and-go route, and he was right there.
The far side judge, I think he might have just dropped it. I think he dropped his yellow hanky for a moment because he picked it up.
Have they got 12 men on the field, Adam?
Well, now there's going to be a conversation, and indeed it is a penalty. He is calling. Well, the White Hat's looking towards us here at the box. Now he'll stop the play. And now he's saying Collinsville called the timeout.
I bet you it was 12 men, and they saw it and called the timeout.
Timeout taken before the penalty flag could be thrown. Technically it was thrown, but you catch my drift. They'll take the timeout. Collinsville's second of the half. 21-0. Red Devils on top with 7:23 remaining here in the first half on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Turn your backyard into an unforgettable playground with an inflatable rental from Air Kids Inflatable Rentals. Choose from a variety of bounce houses, cow trains, water slides, obstacle courses, and combinations that will ensure your kids have tons of fun. Make it a tasty event with a cotton candy, snow cone, or popcorn machine. Air Kids will even deliver it to your home for a nominal fee. Affordable rentals and 20% discount for churches and schools. Call 256-996-1995 and follow Air Kids Inflatable Rentals on Facebook. Air Kids Inflatable Rentals, making your event memorable.
Whether personal or business, taxes or record keeping, you could always use help. Think ABC. That's right, ABC, Accounting Bookkeeping Consultants. With more than 25 years experience in helping people, owner Melody Coker and Accounting Bookkeeping Consultants can provide you with professional tax preparation and financial accounting. With tax season fast approaching, ABC can help you be prepared for upcoming tax readiness and will be there for you when it's time to do your tax returns. So think ABC, Accounting Bookkeeping Consultants in Fyffe and Rainsville. Call 256-638-3335.
Fyffe Red Devil football now live on Fun 92.7 HD2.
Collinsville taking the timeout more so to spare themselves a penalty than anything else for 12 men on the field. Bryce Tutherow at wing back now for the Red Devils off to the left. Trey Freeze formation flip. Brody Badgett also flips from left to right to the sniffer position. Low snap, give, Gibby, right side of the line, trying to follow Badgett and company. He'll get a modest gain of about maybe 2, bring up second down and 8 with just 7 minutes left to go in this first half. Fyffe up 21-0. Coming up in just a bit when we hit the heat break timeout, we're going to hear from Travis Lane back in the studio. He's got our next look at our Rainsville Auto Glass in-game scoreboard update with games going on from around the area in the Fun 92.7 listening area. Second down and a long 9 to go. Play action. Dobbins stays in the pocket, fires deep. He's got Simon open. Simon brings it into the breadbasket. It's a touchdown, Red Devils. Simon's second receiving touchdown of the night.
I think he had about 3 people open there, Adam. Everett was standing over here. There wasn't anybody near him either.
And that time it was not like Simon was 15 yards wide open. He had a man with him about 1.5 yards right behind him, almost with him step for step. And that time, Blake overthrew one of his throws earlier to Simon. This time he puts it right on the money, Greg.
Yeah, he dropped that one right in the bucket, right over the outstretched hands of the defender, and only one person could catch that one, and luckily it was a Red Devil.
Jesse Martin will attempt the extra point. 3 for 3 on the night thus far. Let's make it 4 for 4. It is up, and it's good. Indeed, he does, and I don't bring the broadcaster's jinx upon him, at least for one more series. 28-0 our score. Good guys on top of the Panthers with 6:37 left to go in this first half. Why don't we go ahead and check that scoring in-game scoreboard, rather. I almost said the scoring recap. Let's check the in-game scoreboard brought to you by Rainsville Auto Glass.
In-game scoreboard. Travis Lane here with your Rainsville Auto Glass in-game scoreboard update. Valley head over Galesville 6-0. Randolph leading Plainview 14-0. Geraldine ahead of Asbury 7-0. Pisgah on top of section 21-0. And Scottsboro leading Boaz 14-7. And in college football, BYU is currently leading SMU at the end of the second quarter 7-6. We'll be back soon with more scores and more action here on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back as we appreciate Travis Lane. Boy, listen, folks, let me say this quickly. I've got a brand new appreciation for Travis Lane. After a couple of weeks ago, I spent a Friday night doing the in-game scoreboard. I only had 20 games to keep up with. Travis is keeping up with 35 tonight. 20 games was hard. 35, God bless you, my brother. Jesse Martin will kick it off. It's a knuckleball sandwich reined in at the 21-yard line. Return man brings it to the Fyffe bench, and that's where he'll get pushed out of bounds in the Fyffe bench around the 30-yard line, so about a 9-yard gain. Collinsville will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 30. Let's check our Allstate Insurance scoring recap, Greg.
That was a 2-play drive, 25 yards after the interception. There was a 24-yard pass from Blake Dobbins. Beautiful pass to Simon Hicks. And extra points good, making it 28-0.
And they've went ahead and popped that heat break timeout, so let's do it with them. Heat break timeout, Fyffe up 28-0 over the Collinsville Panthers on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Feel better with just one visit to Pennies from Heaven Spa and get started today on your wellness journey with us. We offer cool sculpting, body scrubs, a salon studio with scalp treatments, a customized nutrition program, and weight loss. We customize and personalize your wellness journey. Call us today at Pennies from Heaven Spa, where you come to get away at 256-638-9772 or 256-638-9SPA. The staff at Pennies from Heaven Spa wants to wish everyone a great season and go Big Red.
Are you in a bind and need a reliable towing service in DeKalb County? Look no further than Guffey & Sons Wrecker Service, proudly serving the community for over 30 years. When you're stranded and need a lift, give us a call at 256-638-7041. We're here to rescue you with our expert towing and recovery. Remember, we're proud sponsors of the Fyffe Red Devils, so you know you can trust us. Don't wait. Call Guffey & Sons Wrecker Service at 256-638-7041. Guffey & Sons Wrecker Service. We'll hook you up.
Fun 92.7 HD2.
After the heat break timeout, Collinsville football, 1st down and 10 at their own 30, moving left to right. Holding on the right side, no flag. A sweep coming to the near side by Quintavious Adams. He might get a yard. 2nd down and 9. Boy, oh boy. I don't know how that hold was not called. That was about as blatant and obvious a hold that I've seen at least in 2 games this year, Greg.
Well, that would have been the old tearaway jersey days. He'd have been holding part of his jersey. He was holding on to him so much.
2nd down and 9 to go. 6 minutes left to go exactly in a 28-0 first half here, going the way of the Red Devils. Adams now to the right of the quarterback, McAteer in the gun. 2 split wide left, 1 to the right, Sniffer in the formation. McAteer will keep it, following the Sniffer off the right side. Blake Dobbins will end up making the tackle. Blake nearly lost the handle on him for a moment, but is able to complete the tackle nonetheless. But McAteer gets them within striking distance for this 3rd down and short upcoming. Give him about 3rd and 2 to go, right between that 37 and 38-yard line.
Yeah, nice little hole right there by the Collinsville offensive line. Let him slip through there.
Starting to see a few hands on hips here for really both sides. It's been somewhat of a track meet in some plays, and in other plays things get a little slowed down and get a little hard hitting.
Looks like they're trying to slow things down a little bit here. I think Coach Ernie Willingham's seeing the same thing you are.
3rd down and 2. Man, late getting out there to the left. The clock hit 0. The ball is on the ground. Adams is going to pick it up and get stopped in the backfield for about a yard loss. 4th down. If they got that snap off, boy, it was by a millisecond or 2. Wow, 4th down upcoming.
I think that's what caused the fumble back there, too, or the bad snap, trying to get it off in a hurry. And, you have an opportunity, 3rd and 2, and then you just to make a mistake like that, you can't shoot yourself in the foot.
Well, that was Gavin Lang very late getting over to the left side of the offensive formation there. Not sure if he was confused on the play call or just his assignment or what. Nevertheless, 4th down upcoming and a punt for Collinsville. Freddie Rivera back to punt it. Maddox Doss back to field it. And it's going to go right into Maddox's gut, and Maddox is going to field it. Maddox slips out of 1 tackle, and he'll go right into the waiting arms of a couple of tacklers there in red jerseys at the 48-yard line. So Fyffe will be in business for at least one more time here in this first half on a relatively shorter field, 52 yards away from the goal line in effect. Coming up at the halftime break, Drew Sims will chat with the head football coach of the Fyffe Red Devils, Coach Paul Benefield, for our coaches chat, and once more presented by Southern Ceramic Solutions. We'll check in with him in about 4 minutes and 12 seconds of game time. 1st down and 10. It'll be Ryder and Simon. Wildcat formation. Blake lined up as a tight end on the right side of the formation here. Direct snap to Ryder. Ryder gets a block, but can't make much of it. He'll get brought down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. It was Badgett out there doing everything he could to hold on to that block. second down and 10. They might give him a half a yard, it looks like, when all is said and done, but it's nevertheless not even a modest gain. Second down and 10 upcoming.
Good job of the left side of the Collinsville line right there, not letting him break containment and get outside like he's done the last couple of times.
Well, the good news is for Fyffe not only holding on to the lead as well, but they now have the clock in their favor and can virtually do anything they want with it here. I remind you that Fyffe will receive to start the second half. Second down and 10, same formation, Ryder, Simon. And this time it is Simon with the carry off the direct snap. He'll gain a yard to the 49. Third down and 9 upcoming. And that time helping make the tackle there for Collinsville, Jeremiah Killian. Called his name a few times, more so on special teams, once on offense, but that time helping make a play on defense. Third down and truthfully a 9 now. At their own 49, Red Devils with the football, 3 minutes left to go in this first half. Referees continue to talk to each other on their mics. That white hat I'm noticing is still, he's grabbed it the last 3 plays and is talking to whomever through their microphones. That is something that the HSAA and the Officials Association started doing a few years ago to try to help make games more efficient. Blake Dobbins, play action. Man wide open out in the flat. It is Everett DeBoard. Everett races past a diving attempt, and Everett is going to stroll into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils. A 51-yard pass, catch and run from Blake Dobbins to Everett DeBoard. Now we'll put up the Red Devils 34-0 with 2:32 remaining in this first half. And what a diving attempt, but Everett, at that last moment there, Drew, right in front of you, turned on the boosters.
Yeah, the other, I think it was Ryder, I couldn't tell for sure, was trying to block the defender there a little bit. I think the defender was trying to flop a little bit there. He was trying to get the block in the back or hold call, but didn't get it. So.
Well, this is football, after all, not a basketball court. Extra point attempt upcoming from Jesse. Jesse's kick is low this time. Did it get over the crossbar? It did. It did indeed. 35-0. Off the foot of Jesse Martin. Let's take the break with 2:32 remaining in the first half. 5:35, Collinsville nothing on the Fun Radio Sports Network, presented by Superior RV.
It takes personal commitment to build a winning football team like the Fyffe Red Devils. The same personal commitment you'll experience with W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel in Rainsville. A personal commitment to provide you with the care you expect and deserve. A personal commitment to provide affordable funeral services. More than just words, it's a personal commitment from W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel, Highway 75, Rainsville. Congratulations, Red Devils. Your personal commitment has made us proud.
Ready to hit the road in a new car, but have no credit or bad credit? That's no problem here at Ace Auto Sales. Hi, I'm Ace, and here at Ace Auto Sales, we understand that life happens and credit issues can arise. That's why we're here to help you get into a new car that you'll love. At Ace Auto Sales, you can drive away in about 30 minutes with our hassle-free financing and unbeatable deals. Ace Auto Sales, where every car now has a warranty. Come see for yourself why our customers keep coming back to Ace Auto Sales. Browse our inventory at aceautosales.com. Fun
92.7 HD2.
It's like playing bumper cars out there on the kickoff, ensuing off that Fyffe score. I look up as we return from the break, and my goodness, bodies are bopping and pushing everywhere. Goodness gracious me. Collinsville will have the football, first down and 10 at the 32-yard line with 2:24 left to go. Up 35-0 are the Red Devils. Greg, you ever played bumper cars? Can you do that at your age?
It's probably not a good idea. It's called osteoporosis.
Okay. I love you. First down and 10. I'm sure there'll be a comment or two on the Facebook feed in a moment.
I do drink a lot of milk, though, so.
Tough bones, man. 3 split wide left, 2 to the right. Collinsville looking to hang tough in this one. Caught down the middle of the field. It'll be a first down of about 14 or 15 yards. Kyler Bean with the reception, and that's the first time in a long time, I think maybe all night, that McAteer has been spot on with the pass, Greg.
Yeah, gave him a little bit of time that time, and he was able to find the receiver running just kind of a little bit of a seam route there, it looked like.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. Nothing special about it.
First down and 10, 2 split wide left, 3 to the right now. Slot man's got to get set again. Fyffe's going to bring some pressure, force McAteer to step up and try to throw. He'll get sacked in the backfield. Shoestring tackle there from the Red Devils. That is Hunter Latham. Hunter Latham able to grab hold of the shoelaces and force him to trip, force McAteer to trip. That'll bring up second down and 11 with just over 90 seconds left to go in the first half. Again, that was a player that Coach Benefield sort of highlighted there in our conversation in the pregame show, Greg.
Yeah, it was, and Tucker had a hold of him on those legs too, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Second down and 11. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Collinsville moving left to right as you listen, down 5 scores. Empty backfield, quarterback all alone. 3 left, 2 right. Faking the screen. McAteer the keeper all the way, and holy Toledo. He ran into 4 white jerseys immediately.
Ran the wrong way.
Tucker Wilkes, Anthony Mill in there, Simon. Wow. And the man we've called all night long, Weston Evans. Now, folks, I remind you also that we no longer pick the MVPs presented by Sonic Drive-In. Coach Paul Benefield does that. We didn't pick last week. It was a loss. Coach Benefield and Weston Evans may be having a conversation later about, hey, you played well enough, you might be getting a look-see here. I don't want to speak for Coach. He makes that decision. Third down and 12. I think Weston's wanting a Sonic Drive-In gift card, though, Greg.
I wouldn't blame him. I could use one of those shakes right now.
It's third down and 12, and Collinsville will pop their final timeout with 32 seconds exactly remaining on the clock, and 35-0 our score. Let's keep it right here. Check our last Allstate Insurance scoring recap, Greg.
All right, so Fyffe, it was a 48-yard drive. Let's see here. Was it 48?
51.
Yeah, 51 with the pass play from Blake Dobbins to Everett DeBoard. And, again, 35-0 after the extra point was good.
Allstate Insurance and Agent Casey Price in Rainsville presenting our scoring recaps. Are you in good hands? And so far this game is well in hand of the Fyffe Red Devils, up 35-0. Greg, your early impression of this game compared to what Fyffe came out of on a Thursday night last week?
Well, they're doing what you'd expect them to do now. They're controlling the ball, no real mistakes. Keeping it on the ground, but they've come up with a nice passing game tonight, too. So trying to keep Collinsville honest, and Collinsville hasn't adjusted to it yet. So,
Drew, it's not like Fyffe's just come out and opened up the playbook and ran every trick play they got or trying to give a little razzle-dazzle. They're just doing what Fyffe does.
Yep, nope, just running, I don't want to call them simple plays, but running your pretty standard plays. You're right, hadn't had to open the playbook up very much.
Sticking to the game plan.
That's right.
Third down and 12. Clock is stopped after the timeout. Collinsville has none left in their back pocket. Fyffe will send 4. McAteer under pressure from Latham. Rolls out left. Fires into the sideline of the Red Devils, and it's going to fall incomplete. Fourth down. He was looking for Quintavious Adams. And Quintavious, I think, when McAteer pointed the direction he wanted him to go, I think Adams kind of misunderstood and went the wrong direction, Greg.
Yeah, and it's hard to get a ball off when you're under that much duress. Again, when you're running an empty backfield, those defensive linemen are just pitting their ears back and coming for him, and a lot of pressure those last 3 throws.
Fourth down and 12 upcoming. 25.2 seconds remaining here in this first half. Collinsville will punt. Maddox, the deep man, although he's only about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage or so, he's going to let the ball go. And this will, in effect, help run some clock, too. Ball rolls inside the 10, down to the 5, down to the 4, down to the 3. Clock still running, and now it's stopped after the touch by the Collinsville Panthers. On that touch for the Panthers will be Justin Pruitt, the guy who also snapped the football a moment ago. 14 seconds left to go in this first half, and Fyffe doesn't have to do anything. Though where the football is spotted, I'm not going to say they're going to necessarily come out and take a knee because they're in the shadows of their own end zone, but they will probably just run one up the gut to run this clock out. And coming up in just a moment, Drew will chat with the head football coach of the Fyffe Red Devils, Coach Paul Benefield, before we get into our Applebee's halftime break. First down and 10 for the Red Devils. A 5-score lead, 35-0. I would be very surprised, very shocked. I think everybody in this stadium would if something broke loose here. Blake in the backfield. Split off to the left by Ryder Gibson. Blake will take the snap. He will run forward, and he will take a knee. It'll be a loss of 1, but that'll send us to the halftime break. And Drew is going to get with the head football coach of the Fyffe Red Devils, Coach Paul Benefield. Drew?
Coach, how pleased are you with your team's response after last week?
Well, we think we got a little better, but Still not real happy with the blocking and being able. Of course, I got everybody on the line of scrimmage. That's why we've been able to throw the ball. But you know me, I still like to block them.
That's right. Well, as he said, Coach likes to block them, and he's not exactly thrilled with the way the blocking has gone. Nevertheless, up 35-0 over the Collinsville Panthers. It's Coach's Chat presented by Southern Ceramic Solutions. For the best in protecting your vehicle and even elevating your vehicle, give our friends at Southern Ceramic Solutions a call today as they bring you Coach's Chat. We'll take the break here at halftime as the Fyffe Red Devils enjoy the 5-score lead heading into the locker room up 35-0. It's Fyffe. It's Collinsville right here on the Fun Radio Sports Network presented by Superior RV.
When you're ready to protect and elevate your vehicle's appearance, look no further than Southern Ceramic Solutions. As the only certified System X ceramic installer in Northeast Alabama, we offer industry-leading ceramic coatings for unbeatable protection and a stunning finish. Our services include complete interior and exterior detailing, paint enhancement and correction, headlight restorations, and more. Whether you need a one-time service or our monthly maintenance program, our licensed and insured family-owned business is here for you at 1595 Main Street in Fyffe. Call 256-440-1520 for a quote today or visit SouthernCeramicSolutions.com.
Digging a ditch isn't easy. When it comes to trenching and plumbing, trust the pros at Wilkes & Sons Trenching and Plumbing. With over 25 years of experience, Marcus Wilkes and his team install underground utilities and plumbing for residential, agricultural, and commercial properties. As a family-owned business, Wilkes & Sons now offers construction plumbing and service plumbing for water heaters and more. If you need reliable water distribution systems, Wilkes & Sons is the name to call. Call 256-899-4552 for a free estimate. Wilkes & Sons Trenching and Plumbing. We dive into the dirt so you don't have to work.
For 3 generations, Watkins Heating and Cooling has been your trusted name in HVAC service. Proudly serving Jackson and DeKalb counties since 1987, we offer extensive residential and commercial heating and cooling solutions. Our team at Watkins Heating and Cooling is dedicated to your comfort and satisfaction. We're open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call us today at 256-657-2371 or visit WatkinsHeatingandCoolingLLC.com. Watkins Heating and Cooling LLC, where quality service runs in the family. Alabama license number 21097.
In DeKalb County, your voice matters. Stay connected with Voice of DeKalb, where we celebrate your stories and keep you connected to the community. From local news to high school sports and events, Voice of DeKalb reports only the good news because that's what we need in today's time. Have breaking or exciting news, or maybe a feel-good story to share with your hometown? Tell us about it at voiceofdecab.com or email Marla at voiceofdecab.com. Call us at 256-605-4427. Your voice, your stories, your DeKalb.
Dreaming of the perfect vacation? Let Travel by Misty & Company take the stress out of planning. With our custom vacation planning, you pick the destination and dates, and we create a getaway tailored just for you. Whether you crave relaxation, adventure, culture, or a mix of it all, we can handle the details so you can enjoy the journey. Ask about our deal of the day and make your dream trip a reality. Visit travelbymisty.com or call 256-996-1614. Travel by Misty & Company, where your dream vacation starts.
Straight Creek Studio is where ideas come to life. They offer customized, laser-engraved gifts and decor for all occasions, engraving wood, acrylics, and more. Do you have a new or existing business? Straight Creek Studio offers logo and website design, flyers, invitations, business card, banners, and more. Give us a call at 256-601-7856 or visit one of our convenient locations in Fyffe and Benton, Alabama. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Straight Creek Studio or online at StraightCreekStudio.com.
Now it's time for the Applebee's Halftime Show on 92.7 HD2, presented by your local Applebee's restaurant in Fort Payne. Applebee's, eating good in the neighborhood.
Welcome back as we continue here in the Halftime Show presented by Applebee's Restaurant. Eating good, eating good, eating good in the neighborhood. Isn't that the jingle? I didn't sing it, but folks may be very thankful for that. Fyffe is up 35-0. That's what we're thankful of most importantly here as we hit this halftime break. I'm Adam Ward alongside Greg Mears and Drew Sims here with us. Jeremy Johnson, he's got the night off. He doesn't get another one this year. He only gets one. Everybody gets one. Like Spider-Man once said, everybody gets one. But let's break this down. First of all, I want to go back to the question that Drew asked Coach Greg. Drew asked Coach, I remind the folks, how happy are you with the response of your team coming off of what was last week? Now, obviously, he gave the answer he gave about not happy with the blocking, but putting everybody up at the line of scrimmage allows Fyffe to be able to throw the ball and have what success they have had. But when you take a look at that whole game last week, including everything of what it was, and then you take into account this week and what is or what is not, i.e., Logan Anderson not out there on the field. He is suited up. He is on the sideline, but he's not playing in this game. Give me your first half impression compared to what we saw last week transitioning to this week.
Well, the biggest thing I've seen is the no mistakes. I mean, they've done a good job. Like you said, some of the snaps have been a little iffy, but they've been able to control those. No penalties, no turnovers, been able to get off the field on third down. So, again, great improvement. But then again, too, it's a lot different competition. I hate to say that, but, it's a little bit different than playing Pisgah like it was last week. But they've come a long way.
Well, you're not wrong. And Drew, on the flip side of that coin, it's not like Collinsville hasn't had some plays to be made. They've missed on a few. They've certainly, if they haven't unloaded the playbook, they've certainly dipped into it a bit here tonight to try to keep this thing competitive. It just hasn't gone their way. They've had a few missed opportunities, though, have the Panthers.
Yeah, that's right. Well, and like Coach mentioned in his when you talked to him this week, you got to get off the field on third down. I don't think Collinsville stopped. I think they stopped one third down. We had 1 4th down that was that we converted. But other than that, they have not gotten off the field on third down. Like Coach said, they are doing a good job on that front line, not giving a lot of ground, not getting blown off the ball. But you got to stop. You got to make stops on third down. You got to stop drives. Early.
Yeah. Greg, one thing that we were talking about at dinner, and the three of us are all Alabama fans, unashamedly Alabama fans, and we were talking about the game tomorrow with USF. And I mentioned the fact that I would love to see drives be sustained more so than anything and not have big explosive plays of 1 or 2 play drives and that be it. I want to see them sustain a drive or 2 or 3. That's something that Fyffe, minus a few big plays to put the score where it is, they've been able to do that. They've been able to maintain some drives, and like Drew said, in spite of a few issues with some snaps, they have been able to really keep control of things here in this ball game, and I think that was one piece of improvement that certainly Coach Benefield and his staff wanted to see and needed to see in this game.
Oh, definitely. And, again, Ryder's done the majority of the work on the ground, a couple of carries by some other players, but Ryder's done a great job filling in for Logan. Well, I think everybody knew he would. He's an excellent back. And like I said, my most impressive with him is his vision. And once he gets in the hole, he seems to be able to dip, duck, and dive and find the right spot to go to.
Can you say that again just like that?
Dip, duck, and dive. Because if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a dodgeball.
Okay, let's take the break and let's throw some wrenches into this one here. Fyffe is up 35-0. Hope folks got a joyous belly laugh out of that one from old one-liner. We've been waiting on a one-liner. It only took 6 quarters to get one out of you, but we got one finally. Fyffe is up 35-0 here in Collinsville, Alabama, at the halftime break. We'll be back with more in just a moment, including a look at our Rainsville Auto Glass in-game scoreboard. It all comes your way next as part of the Applebee's halftime show. Applebee's, eating good in the neighborhood. We'll be right back.
Since 1980, Applebee's has been bringing great food and big smiles to neighborhoods all over the world. And now, at Applebee's in Fort Payne, all you can eat is back. For just $15.99, enjoy riblets, double crunch shrimp, and America's favorite boneless wings. That's right, I said all you can eat for just $15.99. Share the joy of all you can eat with friends and family. Available at your local Applebee's restaurant in Fort Payne, 111 Airport Road West in Fort Payne. Call 256-273-5245. Applebee's, eating good in the neighborhood.
Realtors you can trust. Realtors that are thankful for you. That's South State Realty. South State Realty can walk buyers through the process, help them get pre-approved, and find their dream home. Let South State Realty do a comparative home analysis to find just the right time to sell. Make your buying or selling process stress-free. Call Ashley, Tina, and the team at South State Realty at 256-638-SOLD. That's 256-638-7653. View homes at southstaterealty.com.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum majors striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
A cracked windshield is a constant distraction and a hazard. Let Rainsville Auto Glass replace your windshield and give you peace of mind while on the road. Rainsville Auto Glass can repair power windows and fix annoying chips in the glass too. Repairing auto glass is just part of what Rainsville Auto Glass can do. They can also repair and replace glass in your home, like a cracked living room window. Call Rainsville Auto Glass at 256-638-7888 or stop by 3204 Main Street East in Rainsville.
Petals Flower Shop supports Big Red and is hometown owned and operated by Jennifer Ashley. It's that hometown connection that makes doing business with Petals so personable. Jennifer understands what her clients need because she's hometown proud. Petals Flower Shop has a variety of beautiful fresh and silk flowers with daily deliveries for funerals, weddings, or any special event. Remember, flowers are for special people too, not just occasions. Call 256-623-2763, like Petals Flower Shop on Facebook, or stop at their new location at 1160 Main Street in Fyffe. Go Big Red!
You'll like banking at People's Independent Bank and PIB Mortgage. Here, you'll receive a high level of personal service, a full array of accounts and services, a variety of mortgage loans, local loan decisions, and you will see active corporate citizenship throughout our footprint. Step up to true community banking at People's Independent Bank, PIBonline.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 466340. Go Red Devils!
Back to the Applebee's halftime show on 92.7 HD2. Applebee's in Fort Payne, eating good in the neighborhood.
Welcome back to Collinsville, Alabama. Halftime show continues here, presented by Applebee's as we continue to eat good off the scoreboard. 35-0 is our score. And I'll tell you one thing, folks, it's good to see. We saw it last week in Pisgah. It's good to see a band here in Collinsville. As an old band nerd myself, I'm going to take a moment and recognize the band. Fyffe's marching band has performed. But many folks understand just a couple of 3 years ago, Greg, we were here. There was a sign up here trying to help raise money to build the band back, build the band program back up. They didn't have one anymore. And I'm a proponent of having a high school band. It allows not only those kids to participate in an extracurricular activity, but learn something that they can actually take with them the rest of their life as opposed to playing football. But also, it provides a special lifting to the atmosphere.
Yeah, it does. It very, very much is part of the atmosphere. And it's what I remember, not as much playing, obviously, because we were somewhere else, but the games that we would go to, everybody had an excellent band back in the day. Everybody had 30, 40 members. It just seemed like it meant more back then. And it's good to see it starting to make a comeback here in DeKalb County.
Indeed, I'm glad to see that. Let's take a quick moment here and throw it back to the studio for our Rainsville Auto Glass in-game scoreboard update. Here's Travis Lane.
In-game scoreboard. Here's your Rainsville Auto Glass halftime update. Florence over Albertville, 17-0. Ardmore leading Priceville, 7-0. Geraldine on top of Asbury, 42-zip. Athens 10, Coleman 0. Boaz and Scottsboro knotted at 21. Gunnersville over Brewer, 31-9. Jasper 21, Decatur 0. Falkville over West End, 22-0. Gadsden City leading Buckhorn, 14-zip. Valley Head over Galesville, 6-0. James Clemens leading Bob Jones, 21-10. Lexington 12, Decatur Heritage 7. May Jemison over Hazel Green, 7-0. North Jackson over Madison County, 14-0. Pisgah on top of section, 35-0. Randolph over Plainview, 21-0. Arab over Sardis, 21-0. Austin 10, Sparkman 7. West Limestone leading West Morgan 7-3. Winston County over Tanner 28-0. And Deschler on top of Danville 21-0. I'll catch you in the third quarter. Travis Lane on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
And thank you, big time to Travis Lane. Again, welcome back, and can't wait to continue to check in with you. A lot of shutouts. Did you boys notice that? A lot of shutouts on the docket so far on the night. As many games are entering their halftime breaks. We might be just a hair ahead, but that's kind of usual in a Fyffe game. If you've never joined us, Fyffe games are generally ahead of everybody else. Guys, before we take the break, I want to get a thought from you here. Drew, I'll start with you. Your first half impressive performance would go to whom? Who stood out to you?
Well, I think Blake's had a good game throwing the ball. He kind of missed that one, but other than that, man, he's been on time and on target to his receivers tonight. Like Coach Benefield said, Collinsville's doing a good job stopping the runs kind of at the line of scrimmage. Again, you'd like to see the blocking get better. I think we will as the game goes on, but like you mentioned also, the throws are there, and Blake's making them.
That's the offensive side. Greg, I'll give you the deed of the defensive side. Who has stood out to you in that first half defensively for the Red Devils?
Well, a lot of people, but then again, I'd go back to DeBorg, who's scored a couple touchdowns or scored on defense. He had that fantastic interception where he wasn't fooled at all, so he's having a good game himself. Indeed, he has, and of course, I remind folks one more time that at Sonic Drive-In, they will present each MVP, both offensively and defensively, with a $10 gift certificate for a meal of their choice, or a sundae, a drink or smoothie or whatever they want of their choice. And also, North Alabama Trophies in Rainsville will be giving away a plaque each and every week to both offensive and defensive MVPs. And we cannot thank both North Alabama Trophies and Sonic Drive-In in Rainsville enough for their partnership in making sure that we recognize these young student athletes when they do well on the field. We want to make sure that they get recognized. And, of course, Coach Benefield, by the way, picks those that started last year after that whole gift card incident with Tuscaloosa County High School. And that got resolved in a matter of days, not even 48 hours. I think the HAA met an executive session there and got things resolved rather quickly, and we were able to resume doing what we do. Let's take one final time out here in the halftime break. Fyffe is up 35-0 over the Panthers of Collinsville here at Chad Hawkins Stadium on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Since 1980, Applebee's has been bringing great food and big smiles to neighborhoods all over the world. And now, at Applebee's in Fort Payne, all you can eat is back. For just $15.99, enjoy riblets, double crunch shrimp, and America's favorite boneless wings. That's right, I said all you can eat for just $15.99. Share the joy of all you can eat with friends and family. Available at your local Applebee's restaurant in Fort Payne, 111 Airport Road West in Fort Payne. Call 256-273-5245. Applebee's, eating good in the neighborhood.
A cracked windshield is a constant distraction and a hazard. Let Rainsville Auto Glass replace your windshield and give you peace of mind while on the road. Rainsville Auto Glass can repair power windows and fix annoying chips in the glass too. Repairing auto glass is just part of what Rainsville Auto Glass can do. They can also repair and replace glass in your home, like a cracked living room window. Call Rainsville Auto Glass at 256-638-7888 or stop by 3204 Main Street East in Rainsville.
Petals Flower Shop supports Big Red and is hometown owned and operated by Jennifer Ashley. It's that hometown connection that makes doing business with Petals so personable. Jennifer understands what her clients need because she's hometown proud. Petals Flower Shop has a variety of beautiful fresh and silk flowers with daily deliveries for funerals, weddings, or any special event. Remember, flowers are for special people too, not just occasions. Call 256-623-2763, like Petals Flower Shop on Facebook, or stop at their new location at 1160 Main Street in Fyffe. Go Big Red!
Hello, folks. This is Greg Anthony, General Manager of North Country Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Arab, Alabama. My wife, Ashley, and I would like to say good luck, Red Devils, and go Big Red. If you want to join a winning team, make the short drive to Arab, Alabama, where you're going to save money, get more for your trade-in, and have lower payments and lower interest rates. So if you want to be part of a winning team, just like the Big Five Red Devils, then make the short drive to Arab, Alabama. North Country Ford in Arab. I'll see you soon.
When it's time to celebrate that special person or team, call the professionals at North Alabama Trophies. Deborah Crawford and her staff offer a wide variety of plaques and trophies in different sizes and designs. And don't forget, North Alabama Trophies is more than just plaques and trophies, designing magnets, sports uniforms, t-shirts, custom sweatshirts, and children's clothing, and offers embroidery for hats, shirts, and more. 759 Main Street East in Rainsville. Call 256-638-8572. North Alabama Trophies.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College. Hi, I'm Adam Ward, and my career got started at Northeast Alabama Community College. NACC offers the lowest tuition rates in the state and guarantees class transfers within Alabama. Customize your schedule with flexible classes and fast-track certificate programs with new online options and hybrid learning. This fall, explore the new Workforce Development Center with expanded programs and cheer on the Mustangs on the Diamond in their first ever softball season. Kickstart your future at NACC.edu.
Back to the Applebee's halftime show on 92.7 HD2. Applebee's in Fort Payne, eating good in the neighborhood.
A couple of quick thoughts as we get ready to close out the halftime break with about 2 minutes left to go or so. Fyffe is back on the field stretching. Collinsville yet to come out onto the playing surface for the second half warm-ups. But a couple of quick things here. Business to take care of first, folks. If you're listening to us on the Facebook feed and you've made comments on there, please pay attention to who's commenting back. If you don't recognize the name, stay away from it. If they post a link in the comment, stay away from it. If it doesn't have Red Devil Radio Show on there or my name, Jonathan's name, stay away from it. It's spam. We don't want you clicking on anything, especially giving away your credit card info. Stay away from those links. Jonathan got called into work in the last moment, so he is not able to kind of filter those for us right now. Of course, we're up here doing a job, but I'm warning you, please, please, please stay away from those comments. Do not click on them. If you can help us delete them, even better. Hide them, whatever you can do. But stay away from them. Don't click them. Don't give them any information. That's going to be the best thing for you because, quite frankly, if you do, there's nothing we at the radio station or the Red Devil Radio Show can do to help you. Okay, let's get back to football for just a moment as Drew Sims walks back down towards the sideline. Drew, I'll let you take just a moment to get back within range. I hear your mic popping in and out on us a little bit. But, Greg, give me your second half thoughts on what you need to see here. I know Fyffe's up 35-0, familiar territory in that regard. But, again, this is a get-right game for Fyffe.
Well, I think exactly what Coach said walking out at halftime is I'd like to see them – dominate that line of scrimmage more like we're used to seeing Fyffe dominate it. Get physical and get that running game back going like it should be.
Drew, Fyffe, again, needing the get right with themselves. But I think Collinsville on the other side of things, they have to see the second half for what it truly is as an opportunity, I think, to maybe build for next week because region play is certainly not over. And this is a Collinsville team that could very well be fighting in what is a tough region. Fyffe, Geraldine, Sylvania, Collinsville, and the like could be fighting for one of those four positions.
Yeah, right. And we talked about it a little bit during that halftime break. If you're Collinsville, you just got to play the next play, right? Get better the next play. Do your job the next play. Just continue to get better to be the best team, the best player, the best teammate you can be.
Is that the message you think in the locker room, Drew? Is that the message Coach Ernie Willingham would be preaching, you think?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that anyway. Maybe not my exact words, but I think they've played physical with Fyffe. I think maybe Fyffe has some better athletes, you could say, but I think Collinsville's got some athletes of their own. Maybe, if Collinsville can look to get them in space, they can make some plays in this second half also.
And we know, Greg, we saw it last week when Logan goes down. Ryder elevated his play. Only a sophomore. I called him a sophomore sensation earlier. He's playing a little bit more up to that here tonight in spite of the fact that Logan is out. Therefore, he gets relied on a little more. I'm looking over that way. Logan is at least on the field helping the guys warm up a little bit, taking some passes in from Blake Dobbins and returning them back to Maddox. Maddox, of course, is the backup quarterback. But guys are stepping up in ways that you would expect them to instead of trying to force them into the position now. It's almost like it's sort of starting to become natural again.
Yeah, and again, that's just, for me, it's a testament to the Fyffe program and again, how they prepare their younger people to actually play instead of just stand there on the sidelines and watch a game.
Let's take one final timeout. When we come back, it'll be time for the opening half kickoff here for the second half at Collinsville, where Fyffe is up 35-0, and they will get the football to start the second half. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
This has been the Applebee's Halftime Show, presented by your local Applebee's restaurant in Fort Payne. Applebee's, eating good in the neighborhood. The second half kickoff is on its way next on Fun Radio.
Since 1980, Applebee's has been bringing great food and big smiles to neighborhoods all over the world. And now, at Applebee's in Fort Payne, all you can eat is back. For just $15.99, enjoy riblets, double crunch shrimp, and America's favorite boneless wings. That's right, I said all you can eat for just $15.99. Share the joy of all you can eat with friends and family. Available at your local Applebee's restaurant in Fort Payne, 111 Airport Road West in Fort Payne. Call 256-273-5245. Applebee's, eating good in the neighborhood.
Market on Main is your one-stop shop for women's clothing and gifts in the heart of Fyffe. Discover the latest fashions and game day apparel, all at an affordable price. Gear up for Friday nights under the lights with the Red Devils and find tops, dresses, jeans, jumpsuits, and rompers all on our shelves. Visit us at 1002 Main Street or call 256-623-8503. Don't forget to follow Market on Main on Facebook for specials and new inventory. Market on Main, your style, your community.
Now back to the Farmers Telecommunications broadcast booth for Fyffe Red Devil football on Fun Radio.
Welcome back to the FTC broadcast booth here from Chad Hawkins Stadium, Collinsville, Alabama. the site of tonight's region opener between the Red Devils and the Panthers of Collinsville. We prepare for our second half kickoff, and it is brought to you by Fyffe Pharmacy once more, a pharmacy that cares for you and about you. Fyffe Pharmacy bringing you our second half kickoff. To kick off, it'll be Juan Sakura, the 5'8", 165-pound senior for Collinsville. It'll be the first time we've seen him with his leg here.
And he can kick it deep.
He baby steps up to the football, and here he goes. It's not as deep as maybe he would have hoped. It's reined in at the 11-yard line by Maddox. Maddox finds a little crease. Maddox gets a block on the left edge. Maddox brings it back inside. One man to beat. He'll get ripped up from behind, but he is in Collinsville territory, and it is Sakura, the last man standing, making the tackle. And that'll be at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Red Devils, going to work on a short field. Give credit where credit is due. Maddox found the crease, made the play, but then Segura there, the kicker, done his job, specifically to a T. The kicker's always supposed to be the last man.
Yeah, he's that safety guy. You can't let it get past him. And, again, just excellent field position for Fyffe. The last thing you wanted if you were Collinsville was to give him this kind of field position.
1st down and 10 upcoming for the Red Devils in Panther territory at the 38-yard line. Blake Dobbins to the left is Ryder. Ryder will get the handoff. Goes up the middle, slips out of one tackle, and will get brought down around the 35-yard line. So give him 3 yards, 2nd down and 7 to go. Upcoming for the Red Devils off the carry by Ryder Gibson.
I think we may see Fyffe and Coach Minifield slow it down here a little bit. Score being what it is.
A situation where now let's get out of here without taking any more bumps and bruises and banged up knees and busted up fingers and bummed up elbows and everything else you can imagine. After what was a hard-fought and hot, miserably hot game last week. Rocket snap to Ryder, and he has it bounce off his chest. He can't maintain it initially, but is able to fall on it. A loss back to the original line of scrimmage to the 38. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think Ryder could have controlled that snap, but kind of let it, like you said, bounce off his chest there.
3rd down and 10. Loss of 3 on the play after the previous gain of 3. Blake will be back there once again to take the snap. Ryder will be to his left. Low snap, double handoff. Coming to the near side, it's Everett DeBoard. He's got blockers out to the left side, sidesteps a man, and it'll get brought down at about the 35, maybe give him 34, but it will be 4th down. Nevertheless, 4th down and about 6 to go.
I don't think he gained much by punting here, so I imagine Coach will go for it.
Yeah, if anything, we may see a quick kick.
And that was a good play by the Collinsville defense because when he came around that corner, I thought he had it. But the defensive backs came up and made a good open field tackle.
4th down at the 34-yard line, just past it. Dobbins in the gun, Trey Freeze formation flip. He calls it. They flip. Nobody flinches for Collinsville. Now Ryder will sidestep and get to the right of Dobbins. Low snap. Dobbins carry all the way. Right side he goes, and Collinsville read it beautifully. They'll force the turnover on downs on the tackle for Collinsville. That'll be Ryder Orr, the 5'9", 155-pound sophomore. It's not the Ryder we want to call, but nevertheless, he's the one that makes the play. So it'll be a turnover on downs, and there's a stop there for Collinsville to hang your hat on there, Drew.
Yep, that's exactly what they needed to come out of the half and get the stop. Get the ball with semi-good field position. I don't want to call it great, but.
Well, especially after Fyffe is able to take the kickoff deep into Collinsville territory like they did and bow up and hold them. 1st down and 10 at the 36. Pump fake left, looks down the middle of the field on the seam route. It's caught. Diving catch made across the 50 to the 48-yard line for the 1st down. Catch made by Kyler Bean. I believe that's the name you had trouble reading earlier, too.
Yeah, I think it was.
It's a good decision by the quarterback. He looked like he was going to take that screen pass. The defense did a good job of covering that screen, but left Kyler open.
Great job giving him some time, too. He can throw the ball when he's got a little bit of time back there.
That's the 2nd or 3rd time he's hit that seamed route in that same direction, by the way.
Oh, that's one that Pisgah had a lot of success with.
9-12 left to go in the third, a 35-0 ball game. Collinsville looking to get on the move. Low snap, gets into the gut of Quintavious Adams. Quintavious makes one man miss, and Ryder's going to ride him like a bull down to the 25, to the 24, to the 23-yard line. Uh-oh. Collinsville finding a little momentum coming their way. Uncle Mo is beginning to shift here in the way of Collinsville here in the early portions of this third quarter.
Yep, great run there off the right side. Again, he's fast. I tell you what, once he sees a little bit of deadlight, he's gone.
Like we said, they'll look to ride him all night long. He's lined up in the gun next to McAteer on his left. Two split wide right, one to the left. Play action. McAteer will keep it and run and run and run some more and not find much when he's running, though. Gain of 4 down to the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 6. He kept sliding out of guys, but Drew was going nowhere in the process.
Yeah, he was sliding out of 5 players, but he was running into his own players.
2nd down and give him about 3 after that run, so 2nd down and 7 right there at the 20-yard line. I think this is the first time all night long that they have penetrated the Red Devil red zone. Handoff, it's Quintavious Adams. Draw up the middle. He'll find 2, maybe 3. Down to the 18-yard line. 3rd down and 5 to go. Have I been saying Adams all night? It's Rogers. I apologize. It's Quintavious Rogers. I think I've been saying Adams all night. Nevertheless, this young man, quick as a hiccup here, Greg.
Yeah, he sure is. And again, this is, obviously with this score and where they're at, 4-down territory. So, I'd honestly look for him to keep it on the ground and just try to grind out 2 or 3 yards here, make it close.
3rd down and 5 to go. Rogers to the left of McAteer. Ball was on the ground. Rogers picks it up and lunges forward for a good gain of 4.
Looked like the old Nebraska Fumaruski there for a second.
I don't think that's the way it was supposed to be. But.
That may be a gain of about 3 when all is said and done. 4th down upcoming. Nevertheless, just shy of the 15-yard line near that 16. It's 4th down, and no doubt about it, go for it time.
When I said keep the ball on the ground, that's not exactly what I meant.
By the way, Rogers is 6 foot, 165 pounds. As a junior, he'll be back next season for Coach Willingham and the Panthers. 2 split wide left, 2 to the right. Rogers to the left of McAteer. Play action. Firing it. The pass is tipped at the line and tipped again by Simon. He tipped it 3 times to himself, and the ball hits the ground. And Fyffe holds after Collinsville gets down the football field. Fyffe holds when they get their backs up against the wall and force a turnover on down. So that's how this third quarter has started with 6:40 left to go. We're nearing the midway point. Both teams have had 1 drive apiece, and both defenses have forced 4th down stops. Fyffe will now go back to work at the 17-yard line. 1st down and 10. Fyffe starting unit still on the field.
I assume we'll see the starters at least the rest of this quarter.
I believe I would agree with that. Ryder Gibson gets sent in motion. Dobbins will roll out. He looks to fire deep. He's got DeBoard wide open, and DeBoard drops it. Hit him in the gut on the run, too.
Yep.
Oh, me.
Coach is staring him down.
2nd down and 10. Oh, me. He wants that one back, Drew.
He called for it, and he dropped it.
I couldn't tell. The helmet, I couldn't really see a turn on it or anything. Was that a situation where he turned to look to run before he fully brought the ball in?
I don't think so. I just think he tried to catch the ball with his body rather than with his hands. So.
Gotcha. 2nd down and 10.
You know what that makes you? A defensive back.
And Simon, no, it is Ryder. Correction, I thought I saw Simon there for a second. It's Ryder Gibson. He'll get the carry across the 20 to the 23-yard line. 3rd down and mid-range to go. 3rd down and 5. Maybe give him 3rd down and 4 across to the 22.
Kind of lunge forward a little bit at the end.
I think you're right on that. This could take us to the midway point break here, the heat break. Let's see what the officials want to do. I think they're going to let Fyffe get one more play off. And indeed they will. Everett will line up wing back on the left side. Trey Freeze formation flip. Now Ryder will go to the left of Dobbins, a quarterback. Everybody flips to their opposite side. Man jumps for Collinsville late. Oh, boy. That might be the latest I've ever seen the Trey Freeze work. But it worked indeed. A free 5 yards will warrant the automatic first down.
The only thing I saw was Blake reach down to look at the play on his armband, and when he did, that's when the guy jumped.
Yep, indeed he did. I guess watching the arms instead of the ball in that case. They've taken the heat break timeout. Let's take it with them. Fyffe is up 35-0 with 5:46 remaining in the third. You're listening to Fyffe Red Devil Football on the Fun Radio Sports Network, presented by Superior RV.
They work hard. They play hard. Liberty Bank is a proud supporter of our local student athletes. For 50 years, Liberty Bank has been your local bank with prompt local decision-making, individualized services, and a team of professionals that's committed to building relationships with every transaction. Whatever your financial needs, remember, Liberty Bank is always on your team. Liberty Bank supports and celebrates the student athletes for their hard work and commitment to teamwork. Let's hear it for all of our student athletes. Good luck on a winning season. Liberty Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
There's nothing like the sound of rain on a metal roof. JC Metal Roofing provides all types of quality metal roofing for your home or even your barn with the Ag panels. JC Metal Roofing products are snap-lock standing seam. Trust the metal roofing company with over 12 years in business that offers guaranteed work from a licensed and insured professional serving all of North Alabama. Call 256-996-2678 and follow JC Metal Roofing on Facebook for current projects. JC Metal Roofing.
Fyffe Red Devil Football, now live on Fun 92.7 HD2.
Welcome back after the heat break timeout. Subsequently coming after a cheap 5 yards from Collinsville, giving Fyffe the automatic first down and 10. Across the 25 at the 27-yard line. Dobbins, the snap, rolls out right. He'll look to fire deep again. He's looking for Everett again. It's short change and a flag for an interference. No! They're going to call incidental contact. Wow. Blake stopped, looked back down the middle of the field, and instead of throwing it out to the right, he threw it back across his body a little bit down the middle of the field there, looking for Everett, who did have a step on the receiver but had to hold up just for a moment. And that time the referee chose to keep the hanky in the pocket there, Greg. I was thinking they might throw it. Had this been last Thursday, they certainly would have.
Yeah, it would have hit the ground last Thursday.
Second down and 10. Different crew. We'll say that. Dobbins in the gun, offset to the right by Ryder. Ryder will get the football. Goes up the middle, breaks through the line. It's Ryder Gibson's show, and we're just living in it and watching it. Ryder Gibson's to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Red Devils. Ryder Gibson that time tucked his head and just blasted through the line, and when he realized he had nothing but green grass in front of him, those afterburners I mentioned before, he's got them too. He turned them on, and it was all Ryder Gibson there. 41-0 our score with 5:15 left to go here in the third. And by the way, the trend is the video board now, and Collinsville has one. We failed to mention that. They've got a brand new scoreboard and video board, not just new bleachers across the way. And it's lighting it up over there to our left. Jesse Martin will attempt the extra point. Collinsville nearly got there, but the kick is up, and Jesse remains perfect on the night. 6 for 6. The score 42-0. Red Devils on top on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Fyffe Pharmacy is your hometown Health Mart pharmacy for all your prescription and personal health needs. Fyffe Pharmacy's focus is on you, providing you with a convenient location, professional and friendly service from a staff that knows how to make your visit pleasant and enjoyable. Located at 44 Blackwell Street, just off Alabama 75 in downtown Fyffe. Fyffe Pharmacy, your Health Mart pharmacy, caring for you and about you.
Looking for quality tires and wheels? Head to Guffey Tire and Wheel at 1811 Gold Avenue South in Fort Bend. We offer a wide selection of new and used tires plus OEM and aftermarket wheels to suit any vehicle. Our friendly team of experts is here to help you find the perfect match for your vehicle. We're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to noon. Call us today, 256-273-6697. Guffey's Tire and Wheel, driving you towards a safer journey.
This is the new home of the Fyffe Red Devils in North Alabama. Fun 92.7 HD2.
Fyffe up 42-0 over the Collinsville Panthers here at the midway point of the third quarter. Jesse Martin dribbles it on the ground again. Up man, bringing it back. left side. He'll get brought down right around the 39-yard line on that far hash. It'll be first down and 10 upcoming for the Panthers. If you're Coach Willingham here, Greg, what are you doing? What are you saying to your team? We talked about the halftime speech. What are you saying here?
Well, you don't want them to quit on you. That's the biggest thing. You want to keep their heads up, keep chugging, try to get some points on the board, sustain a drive here. They've done a good job controlling the line of scrimmage, honestly, or not controlling it, but, fighting it back and forth with 5. So you just got to put a couple positive things together, something to build on for next week.
Had a positive drive going last time after holding 5 to a 3-and-out, and then couldn't do anything there. Fourth down stop, too, defensively, but got down deep inside 5 territory and could not capitalize. Here's Rogers, carry up the middle, a gain of 5. Host of Red Devil defenders there on the tackle, including Anthony Mill for the Fyffe Red Devils. We've called his name quite a bit tonight. Also in on the stop, Isaac Slayton, a young man we haven't called this year, but Isaac's a senior on this football team at 6 foot, 178 pounds. He's got an interesting story. We'll tell you more about Isaac coming up in just a moment. Second down and 5. For Collinsville, moving left to right as you listen. 2 split wide left, 1 to the right. Rogers in the backfield. He'll take the handoff up the middle. He goes again. Picks up about 2 yards. Third down and about 2.5, maybe 3 to go. So Isaac Slayton, an interesting story. A young man who transferred to 5 years ago from Albertville, had played football down at Albertville, but as was shared with me by his family, wasn't too keen potentially on playing for Coach Benefield. It scared him a little bit, to be honest, as a young kid when they moved in. It wasn't like he was a sophomore or a junior. He was young when they moved to Fyffe, and he was a little bit afraid of going out for football and the way that Fyffe plays the game and all that compared to what he was used to at Albertville. Here's Rogers on a carry up the middle. He'll squirt free for a first down at the Red Devil 45. To continue the conversation on Isaac Slayton, I'm told that last year, towards the end of football season, somewhere right around that 3rd or 4th round of the playoffs, getting deep there, he made the comment, I should have gone out. I should have gone out my junior year. I should have gone back out for football. He decided to do it this season, and we are told that things have worked out pretty well, that he is, as long as he's gone without playing football, it'll be his only year playing varsity football at Fyffe, as McAteer has a first down carry of about 6 yards across the 40 down to the 39, that he's surprised a few of the guys with his, not necessarily his athleticism, because he's a basketball player and has been for a really long time at Fyffe, but the fact that he picked football back up really quick, Greg.
Well, sometimes it's just instincts. If you're a great athlete, especially if you're playing defense, find the ball, get the ball.
One of the things I'm told that the coaches and the boys, his teammates, have really kind of stuck to his speed. He's got some surprisingly good speed, and I won't say who said this, but was told that he's one of the top 3 tough guys on the team, and it surprised even a couple of the other guys like Tucker Wilkes. Here's McAteer, who runs into the backside of his own man on that far side. He'll pick up a yard when all is said and done. It's 3rd down, but credit his own man on the tackle, and that would be Colton Pettis, the 5'9", 155-pound freshman. But nevertheless, Isaac Slayton coming out for his lone season of Fyffe football, and we're told he's making some strides in that department and could be a contributor, especially from a older man standpoint later on, being one of those 12 seniors. 3rd down and 4 to go at the 39-yard line. Collinsville moving left to right as you listen. 2 minutes left on the game clock here in the 3rd and 5 seconds on the play clock, and now Coach Willingham wants a timeout. His offense wasn't exactly on the same page with the sideline. We'll take the timeout with them. Fyffe enjoying the 42-0 lead with 1:58 remaining in the 3rd here on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Experience the local legend in frozen treats at Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice. More than an ordinary stand, it's a Fyffe tradition owned by 3 generations of Fyffe High School alumni who excel in serving smiles. Fully licensed, insured, and equipped with updated health permits. Our 3 trailers bring the party to you. Call 256-717-7239 for any occasion, large or small, from sporting events to family reunions, offering 35 flavors of shaved ice, plus hot chocolate, spice cider, and coffee. Taste the hometown pride at Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice.
You need a place to save, just start now. Get along for that first house. Caught in the storms of life with just fair weather. You'll be safe. First State Bank will grow together.
First State Bank, locally owned and operated, where we can meet your needs personally and promptly with online banking featuring online bill pay, e-statement, mobile banking, mobile check deposit, debit, and credit cards.
First State Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fun 92.7 HD2.
1:58 remaining here in the third. Fyffe up 42-0 over Collinsville. Collinsville popping their first time out of the second half. Just trying to get some things right now. I think as much as we said this was a get-right game for Fyffe after last week, now things are let's get it right for Collinsville. Seam pass right on target down the middle. Man falls in the process, but it is a catch by that number 26, whom we don't have a name for, but nevertheless it's first down. And he was wide open on that right side seam route there, Greg. I mean, literally a quick turn and pop throw for McAteer.
Yeah, and again, like I said, that seam route, and it's tough to cover. It's not just Fyffe, it's everybody. That's a tough route to cover if you give the quarterback time to get the ball out of his hands.
Here in just a moment, don't want to forget it, we'll check our Allstate Insurance scoring recap on that last Fyffe score. 2 split wide to the left, 2 to the right. Rogers to the right of McAteer. Option play, pitches it last moment to Rogers. Rogers very loose with that football, very fortunate to keep hold of it. He'll get maybe 2 yards before he's brought down by a few Red Devil defenders, including number 60, Ian Slayton, the 6'1", 282-pound freshman, otherwise known as Big Country, into the ball game. Let's take a look at our Allstate Insurance scoring recap.
So that Fyffe drive was 4 plays. It went 84 yards. Ryder Gibson on the run for 73 of them. Point after is good, and that made the score 42-0. Took 1 minute and 25 seconds off the clock.
Allstate Insurance and agent Casey Price in Rainsville with our scoring recap there. 2nd down and 9. Here's Quintavious Rogers. Lightning in a bottle right up the gut. Into the heart of that Red Devil defense, and he strikes inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line to bring up 3rd down. No, let's see. Are they going to say 3rd? If it is 3rd, it's 3rd down and short. Goodness gracious.
I don't know why they have not got him out on maybe a swing pass or something just to get him in space, because, man, when he gets the ball, he is, like y'all said earlier, quick as a hiccup.
Final play of the third quarter coming. This is the furthest into the red zone. Collinsville has penetrated all night long. Under center will go McAteer for the first time tonight. Give a little tush push there for the first down. And that'll bring us to the end of the third. But it will be a first down on the other side. That's the end of the third quarter. 5:42. Collinsville nothing, but Collinsville with a 1st and goal when you return for the fourth quarter on the other side of this break here on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Attention football fans, this season don't let slow internet make you miss a single touchdown, tackle, or triumph. With our gigabit fiber internet, you get blazing fast speeds that keep you in the game. Stream every play in crystal clear HD. Blitz through online stats and video chat with fellow fans, all with 0 lag. Don't fumble your connection, score big with our unbeatable fiber service. Call FTC and get your gigabit fiber internet just in time for the big game. Stay connected, stay ahead, stay unstoppable. Visit farmerstel.com or call us at 866-638-2144. FTC, we keep you connected.
The Clarkson Pennington Law Firm can handle your legal needs.
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. We'll be there for you. Everybody needs someone by the side. That's just what we'll do. You can put your trust in us at ClarksonFirm.com.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be provided is greater than the quality of legal services provided by other lawyers.
Begin final countdown. Now more Red Devil play-by-play. Fourth quarter. On Fun 92.7.
To the fourth quarter we go. Collinsville on the move. 42-0. Trying to break that goose egg on that scoreboard are the Panthers. Fyffe with that lead. Adam Ward alongside Greg Mears and Drew Sims down on the sideline, our Ace Auto Sales sideline reporter. Collinsville 1st and goal. Essentially 4 plays to put it in here and give yourself something.
Yeah, trying to avoid the shutout.
McAteer will give it to Rogers. Rogers hit in the backfield and spun down immediately. And on that tackle, it's Mean Green, Bryson Green. I gave him a nickname a year or two ago that apparently it was an okay one, but folks like Mean Green better. I called him Little Booger. Little Booger, because, I mean, my goodness, he's listed at 5'5", but like a year ago or so he was listed at like 5'1", 5'2", and was still out there making plays. So at least he's grown a couple of inches.
I can see why he likes Mean Green better.
I don't know if he even likes that. I called him that at the pep rally the other day, and he rolled his eyes at me. I'm like, hey, I'm just saying. Second and goal. McAteer will keep it himself and try to make something happen. He got the goal line. Touchdown, Collinsville. Collinsville breaks the shutout and will not give Fyffe their first one of the season. That'll make it 42-6. But again, it's something, Greg, that I think is one of them. You know, you're looking for a positive in this game if you're Coach Willingham.
Oh, absolutely. And again, they drove the ball down. They did what they had to do. Get some valuable experience.
No, nobody wants to give up a score either, so there's a negative to take away among a few others that Coach Benefield will inevitably find as the extra point attempt is up and good. 42-7 is our score now with 11:14 left to go in the ball game. We'll take a quick break. Be back in a moment here on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
When it comes to protecting all that you've worked hard for, wouldn't it be great to have one place that protects it all? I'm Allstate Agent Casey Price, and I'm the only insurance agent you need to help keep tabs on protection for all of your stuff. I proudly served those in Alabama, but I can now help protect all of Georgia and Tennessee. From your home, car, rental properties, and ATVs to your life, retirement, and business insurance, I can help with it all. Give Megan and I a call today at 256-638-7910 or stop by my office in Rainsville and see us. Are you in good hands?
From one season to the other, your garage door takes a beating. Hot, cold, wind, rain, plus it's continuously in use. Time for a new garage door or a fix on an old reliable? CCM Garage Doors sells and maintains all makes and models of garage doors. 24-hour on-call service. 3 years parts and labor warranty along with free estimates. CCM Garage Doors is Better Business Bureau accredited. Don't fight the ups and downs of an aging garage door. Call Chris at 256-572-9170. CCM Garage Doors. Online at ccmgaragedoors.com.
Fyffe Red Devil football now live on Fun 92.7 HD2.
Segura will kick off for Collinsville coming up in just a moment as Collinsville breaks the shutout with the Red Devils. Now 42-7 our score. And Segura takes about 25 baby steps to finally boot it and boot it out of bounds. That one didn't even touch the inside of the white stripes there, the 52.5 yards across, and it goes out of bounds. It'll draw the flag. I'm up. I've already lost count on how many flags now tonight on Collinsville, but I know it'll be one of those talking points, things you got to get cleaned up.
Yeah, there's been, I'm going to say it's probably right around 5 or 6 somewhere.
Let's check the Allstate Insurance scoring recap, Greg.
So that was a, let's see here, 61-yard drive. Yeah, 61-yard, 9 plays, taken in from about 4 yards out by McAteer, and it took 6 minutes and 1 second.
Allstate Insurance, Agent Casey Price, you know the drill. Get in good hands with Allstate. 5 seconds now left on the play clock, and there's some confusion, and Coach Benefield wants a timeout. Hunter Latham came off, and evidently he was not supposed to. Let's take the break with him as Coach calls his first timeout of the half with 11:14 left to go in the game. Fyffe up 42-7 on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Elevate your brand with top-notch labels from Alliant Label LLC. A full-service label manufacturer, we offer everything from blank shipping labels to customized solutions. Whether you're a small farmer or a large corporation, we cater to your needs with precision and care. Family-owned and operated with 30 years of industry expertise, Alliant Label excels in delivering large-scale orders promptly and efficiently. Our commitment to quality and customer service means your brand receives the attention it deserves every time. Visit AlliantLabel.com or call 888-673-0707. Alliant Label, making your ideas stick.
Turn your backyard into an unforgettable playground with an inflatable rental from Air Kids Inflatable Rentals. Choose from a variety of bounce houses, cow trains, water slides, obstacle courses, and combinations that will ensure your kids have tons of fun. Make it a tasty event with a cotton candy, snow cone, or popcorn machine. Air Kids will even deliver it to your home for a nominal fee. Affordable rentals and 20% discount for churches and schools. Call 256-996-1995 and follow Air Kids Inflatable Rentals on Facebook. Air Kids Inflatable Rentals, making your event memorable.
With 7 championship trophies, we're going to need a bigger shelf. The Fyffe Red Devils on Fun Radio.
Maddox Doss in to run things at quarterback now, and he'll keep it and get nothing on the play, bring up second down. Tackle made there for the Collinsville Panthers by Jeremiah Killian. Collinsville electing to keep their starters into the ball game defensively as Fyffe has now subbed essentially everybody out. You got a couple of starters per se in there, but they're not at their usual positions. And Anthony Mill, one of those starters, now he'll come out of the ball game. Checked in for the Red Devils will also be Connor Hutcherson. Connor, 5'10", 150 as a junior. 5 seconds left on the clock. Here is a give. Left side of the formation, a modest 2-yard gain to bring up 3rd down and 8. That is Sawyer Watkins, the 5'7", 160-pound sophomore, on the carry. Panthers slow to get up, but he finally does. Maybe a little cramping. That's at number 26 that we don't have a name for, but I don't know if he's cramping or if he got his foot twisted up. The way he's limping there, he might have got twisted a little.
It don't look like a cramp.
3rd down and 8 to go. Maddox comes back over from the sideline with the play into the huddle. 15 seconds left on the play clock. Remind folks that tomorrow, Alabama and USF, the South Florida Bulls, on Fun 92.7 HD1. Pregame at 3, kickoff at 6 with the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Here is a give. Watkins again, left side, and he'll get brought down for a loss of 1 on the play to bring up 4th down and 9. And I'll tell you one thing. They know how to let a PA announcer go around here. He's got them speakers jacked up. There was no missing that one. 4th down and 9 upcoming after the loss of 1, and Collinsville will send 2 back deep to field this upcoming punt from the Red Devils. That'll be Gavin Lang and then Quintavious Rogers. Blake Dobbins on to handle the punting duties with 9:04 and counting left to go in the game. Play clock down to 5. Blake will wait to the last moment or so to snap it. 3 seconds. There it is. Here's the boot. End over end. Pretty darn good one to Rogers. Rogers will run up and field it. And Rogers somehow stays in bounds for a moment before Bryce Tutherow and company is able to wrangle him down, but he gets a great return to the 41-yard line of the Red Devils.
I think he thought he went out of bounds because he kind of slowed down for a second.
Well, he did.
Yeah, I mean, he was there, but he cut it back up, just kind of got twisted around right there on the sideline. Big advantage catching that ball on the run, too. Already had a good head of speed by the time he got to it.
Mean Green kind of took a lick, too.
I'm not sure that his field awareness there was quite on point for him, at least. Like you said, I think he may have thought he was out of bounds. Slowed up enough there, but, hey, it helps Fyffe to get the stop, but nevertheless, it's a short field to work with here for Collinsville. 1st and 10 at the Red Devil 41 with 8:43 left to go here in the game, and a 42-7 score and an opportunity to make it look a little more respectable. 1st and 10 run from Gavin Lang, and Gavin takes a nice pop from Sawyer Watkins and company.
A lot of running for not many yards.
Indeed it was. Also on the tackle for the Red Devils, number 65, Draven Posey, the 5'8", 173-pound junior. Learned the other day, quite the cornhole player, by the way. Draven was at one of our youth functions and can play a little bit of cornhole. Not terribly bad at it, in spite of it being a Florida Gator cornhole board.
Sorry.
Ask the Tutherows about it. 2nd down and about 4 to go, and a man moves on that offensive line for Collinsville, and indeed it will be a false start penalty. And on the move, that looks like that was that right guard there, Sean Stewart, the 5'10", 225-pound senior. Just got a little antsy there, but it'll be 2nd down and about 8 to go or so now after the penalty yardage is marked off. 7:55 left to go in the game, 42-7 our score. The important thing here, I think, for both squads, though, Greg, is get out of this one as healthy as you can.
Yeah, that's exactly. Both teams are just content to kind of run the clock right now and hopefully, like you say, get out of here with nobody getting beat up.
Region play continues next week for both of these squads. Here's Rogers. He'll take a nice pop from Sawyer Watkins as well as Isaac Slayton. 3rd down and about 6 to go. Isaac showing a little bit of that toughness, as we mentioned, back for his only and lone year of football with the Red Devils, but he's going to make the most of it when he can. 3rd down and about 6 to go. Kind of impressive, really, there, the pop from both Watkins and Slayton.
Yeah, been a couple of really good licks these last drive or two from both sides.
Some fresh guys out there flying around.
Well, this late in the game, It's what you want. You want fresh legs. Here's a throw, near side, dropped. Incomplete. The intended receiver, Malachi Jelks. Playing quarterback right now is Gavin Lang, by the way. McAteer's night appears to be done. I think this is more or less in preservation of him for the region slate upcoming more than anything.
And I believe on that pass right there, he may have heard the pitter-patter of feet heading his way because he was about to take one of those shots we were just talking about.
I think Slayton was in the area. Sawyer Watkins was pretty close.
I'll share a funny story about the other Slayton in just a moment in what we called Big Country a moment ago. And Ian Slayton. 4th down and 6. Keeper by Gavin Lang. Goes right up the middle. He'll have the first down as he crosses the 30 to the Red Devil 29-yard line, and it will be a first down. Ian Slayton, we talked about him a moment ago on the flip side down here on the other end. Ian plays, of course, he's a freshman. He'll play some freshman ball. And, one of the things that Coach Benefield decided to cue me in on this week is that when 7th through 8th and 9th graders, he only sends them for those JV games. He won't send anybody past the 9th grade, and even if he has to have some 9th graders as starters, it kind of varies on that situation. More on that in just a moment. 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line. Keeper by Gavin Lang. To the right side he goes. He'll get brought down for a loss on the play. On the tackle for the Red Devils, that'll be Bryce Tutherow out there. 2nd down and about 11 or 12 upcoming. So back to Big Country for a moment. They go and play a game earlier this week or so, and Coach had to make a phone call a little bit later because a lot of the players from the opposing team after the game were asking Ian, son, you could tell us what grade you're really in. You can really tell us now that you've beaten us. And I'm a freshman. And when that word got back to Fyffe that they were asking, Coach said, I would never, ever do that to anybody. Just so you know, Ian really is a freshman. Woo! They're flying around out there. Mean Green, Watkins, Bryce Tutherow. Good night, 11.
Oh, my goodness.
Drew, give me your reaction to that play there.
I don't know. You can probably hear it through the microphone.
I just thought we'd get it raw there. Wow. They were flying to the football on that one. They've taken the heat break timeout. We'll take it with them. But instead of playing one of our commercial stop sets, let's throw it back to the studio for our Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard update. Here's Travis Lane.
In-game scoreboard. Hey, y'all, it's Travis Lane with your Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard. 4th quarter update. Woodville over Ryder, 20-0. Geraldine on top of Asbury, 57-0. Sylvania leading Holly Pond, 48 Goose Egg. Hayden over Douglas, 25-20. Scottsboro leading Boaz, 35-28. And Randolph over Plainview, 21-7. We'll get back to the action, and after the game, I'll keep you updated with the Fun Finals, right here on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
All this hard popping that's going on out here defensively, Drew, you do love to see it. Again, one of those situations, though, where, as we mentioned, you want to get out of here without any injuries because region play continues next week. Now, granted, both of these teams will face not only region opponents, but region opponents that may not be up to the level that they want to be at this point. Fyffe, of course, as we mentioned earlier, will host Asbury next week for homecoming. Collinsville will stay at home and welcome in the Warriors of Whitesburg Christian, who we can't find a score update on. At last report, they were still tied at 0 with Burnley Mountain, but ScoreStream doesn't even have them on the docket as playing tonight, but they are. 3rd down and 9 upcoming as we resume play, and a flag comes from the White Hat. Still time on the play clock. Are there 12 men on the field offensively? There might be.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there is. Substitution infraction. They've had one on the defense in the first half. Now in the second half, they get one on the offense. Wow.
Keep adding to the flags.
At this point, Coach Willingham's just kind of looking around going, all right, boys, we just got to get our act together here. I'm looking down here to the sideline, and he's still pointing them out, saying, nope, that guy's not supposed to be in. Leave him out. Also done for the night, it appears, for the Panthers is going to be Caleb Cromer, the right tackle, at 6'4", 250-pound senior. 3rd down and about 14 to go. Gavin Lang in at quarterback. Option, pitch, Quintavious Rogers. Rogers to the near side. Rogers tries to lower the shoulder, and he'll get slung down inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line on the tackle for the Fyffe Red Devils. That is going to be Brody Freeman, a 5'8", 140-pound sophomore. First time I think we've called that young man's name this season. And a great play there to hold up Rogers to set up 4th down and 8 to go. And they're bringing on the kicking tee. They're going to try a field goal.
Why not?
Well, this kicker, I mean, he's actually really good. He was a weapon last week against Cedar Bluff, and he's not obviously hadn't had a whole lot of chances to kick off, but really surprising because he did so well last week, putting it in the end zone 3 or 4 times and always inside the 10.
This will be about a 44-yard attempt, I believe. He boots it. Is it good? No, it's not. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Had the leg.
He had the leg. Oh, wow. Kick is up and kick is good. I heard the whistle for a moment. I thought the official blew a timeout.
Well, I saw it go over the crossbar, but he sure did take a while to put those hands up in the air.
He really looked like he was about to.
He did.
To say it was no good, but then he.
Wow.
Okay. Heck of a kick.
42-10. The scoreboard doesn't reflect it yet, but they said the kick was good. Did the judge underneath the crossbar there. I think the PA announcer said the official yardage was 44 yards. That's about close to it.
Yeah.
If the 35-yard line snap is a 52-yard attempt, then that would be about 44, 45 yards.
They didn't have too much more distance to go, but it sure was true to the spot.
Indeed it was. Now they get it on the scoreboard, 42-10. I don't know that. I was doing some math earlier, Greg, and this is the 146th game behind the play-by-play mic for myself, and that might be the longest field goal I've called ever.
I was going to say I haven't obviously don't have your time in position here, but that's the longest one I've seen. Probably even going around watching a bunch of games.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you get opportunities to go to these 7A games if you wanted to, where they've got those supposedly all-star football players going to all these big-time Alabamas and Auburns and all these big-time schools. Kickoff goes out of bounds again from kicker Segura, so that'll warrant the flag. Of course, Fyffe does have one going to a big-time school in themselves. Coach Benefield's first ever big-time recruit. 4-star Logan Anderson, linebacker commit to the University of Clemson or Clemson University. And that's one thing that a lot of folks, you might could use that as an intimidation factor. I don't think you have to use it. I think you don't even have to say it. It just kind of happens because not a lot of folks around here, Greg, get that opportunity to say I'm a recruit to the to Clemson.
No, it's not, and it's so tough when you start recruiting 2A and 3A kids because of the competition they play. But he's got all the right, not dimensions, but
attributes.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for.
Hutcherson will get the carry here, his first of the night, and
measurables. That's the word I was looking for.
All right, which one was it? No gain on the play, second down.
How about measurable attributes?
There you go. And again, to hit on that, things kind of blew up. If you don't know the story, I'll quickly rehash. Things kind of blew up for Logan in May. He went to a camp in Georgia, and all of a sudden, within a matter of 48 hours, his phone was blowing up legitimately. His mom and daddy's phone was blowing up, trying to make sure that these different schools could get a hold of him. I'm not sure what his offer count is up to right now. I'd be even afraid to guess. I'm sure somebody on Facebook is going to let me know. I'm sure about 20 people on Facebook is letting me know right now. But nevertheless, Logan getting some much-deserved looks as now Maddox Dawson is going to get bent up at the knee. Get up, Maddox. He looks to be all right, but, boy, he got turned around and bent at the knee there for a moment. A loss of 1 on the play will bring up 3rd down and 11 with just a little over 3 minutes left to go in the game, 42-10. Don't forget, coming up in the post-game, Drew Sims is going to get with head football coach of the Fyffe Red Devils, Coach Paul Benefield, to get his thoughts on this one as a whole. Something he'll chew on, I know, going into the weekend. As of this moment, with just under 3 minutes left in the game, Collinsville has actually outscored Fyffe in the second half, 10-7. So if he needed any more to chew on, there you are.
Yep.
3rd down and 11 to go. Snap, give. Up the middle on the draw, finds nothing. 4th down upcoming after a no gain. On that carry, Sawyer Watkins. It'll be 4th down. And punting time for the Fyffe Red Devils. They will have to punt it. Still plenty of time left to go in this ball game. So here comes Blake Dobbins and that starting punting unit for the Red Devils. They'll gather up just to make sure they got their numbers. Everybody's out there who needs to be out there. Now Blake will come back to the sideline, get a last moment instructions from coach. Play clock down to 7. Blake doesn't even get to the huddle before he's telling everybody, break it, let's go. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Here's the snap. Here is the kick. You heard the boom off of Dobbins' foot. It's going to go 4 yards out of bounds. At the 40, they keep walking at the 45-yard line.
Now they blow. I was about to say they hadn't blown the whistle yet.
So first down and 10 upcoming for Collinsville. One final time with the football with 1:39 left to go in this ball game. A 42-10 score. They'll put the football on the near hash at the 45. Collinsville will move right to left. How big would this be if Collinsville was able to punch this one in here, Greg?
Well, it just gives them more confidence for next week. They've already, like you said, they've put up 10 points compared to 5-7 here in the second half, so they haven't given up. They found something that would work for them. So, it'd be a big deal for them.
I think an opportunity maybe to go work on your 2-minute offense, too. In spite of the fact that you don't have your starting quarterback out there, still a lot of your starters out there, including Quintavious Rogers, the stud running back for Coach Willingham. They're going to fire a screen out to the far side, caught in the backfield. Makes one man miss, tries to make another, and he does. Slides out of 3 tacklers before finally getting brought down in the backfield. On the tackle for the Red Devils. Let's check that number. That is going to be Ethan Hill, 6 foot, 151, a sophomore. Second down and 12 on that reception. And subsequent loss was Silas Adams.
Drew, I thought you were going to get to see your swing pass to your running back there for a second.
Well, I'm no coach, but.
Well, that's all right. We won't punish you too hard. Quintavious Rogers gets a nice gain of about 7, maybe 8 off that right side and gets across midfield to the Red Devil 48-yard line. Third down and, shorter than what they would have had. Third down and about 4 to go with 40 seconds remaining. And we got a timeout, an injured player.
It's Rogers.
Rogers is down, and that's the last thing you want to see if you're Coach Willingham. Let's take the break. Be back in a moment. You're listening to Fyffe Red Devil Football on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Ready to hit the road in a new car, but have no credit or bad credit? That's no problem here at Ace Auto Sales. Hi, I'm Ace, and here at Ace Auto Sales, we understand that life happens and credit issues can arise. That's why we're here to help you get into a new car that you'll love. At Ace Auto Sales, you can drive away in about 30 minutes with our hassle-free financing and unbeatable deals. Ace Auto Sales, where every car now has a warranty. Come see for yourself why our customers keep coming back to Ace Auto Sales. Browse our inventory at aceautosales.online.com.
Fun 92.7 HD2.
They get Rogers up and off the field rather quickly, and the officials want to just get this one over with. Final 20 seconds to count down here. Draw up the middle by Gavin Lang. No gain, 4th down upcoming, and that should be the final play of the ball game. Coach Willingham is taking his headset off. The coaching staff looks to the scoreboard. That's going to do it. Both sidelines awaiting the official signal to allow them to come onto the field. Clock ticks away. Final gun sounds. That'll do it. The final here tonight from Chad Hawkins Stadium, 42-10. Red Devils get their first win of the 2024 campaign. And a sweet victory it is, because not only is it the first win, but it does open region play on the highest of notes that you could hope for, and sets Fyffe up 1-0 in region play, with Collinsville now falling to 0-1. Both teams with an overall record of 1-1. We'll take the break and get ready for the Northeast Alabama Community College post-game wrap-up on the other side. You're listening to Fyffe Red Devil Football on the Fun Radio Sports Network, presented by Superior RV.
Whether personal or business, taxes or record keeping, you could always use help. Think ABC. That's right, ABC, Accounting Bookkeeping Consultants. With more than 25 years experience in helping people, owner Melody Coker and Accounting Bookkeeping Consultants can provide you with professional tax preparation and financial accounting. With tax season fast approaching, ABC can help you be prepared for upcoming tax readiness and will be there for you when it's time to do your tax returns. So think ABC, Accounting Bookkeeping Consultants in Fyffe and Rainsville. Call 256-638-3335.
50 words to describe 50 taters. Delicious, tasty, mouth-watering food heaven. Well, there are many more words, but to experience comfort food in a casual dining atmosphere, stop in at 50 taters. From loaded taters that are legendary in North Alabama to sizzling steaks, tantalizing barbecue plates, burgers, and simply irresistible salads, the choices are endless. Fill up before the big game at 50 Taters in Rainsville at 770 East Main Street. Open Wednesday through Saturday 11 to 8 and Sundays 11 till 2:30. 50 Taters. It's taterific.
Feel better with just one visit to Pennies from Heaven Spa and get started today on your wellness journey with us. We offer deep tissue massages, relaxation and fire cupping, signature facials, chemical peels and hydrofacials, hair removal, injections of both Botox and Juvederm. We customize and personalize your wellness journey. So call us today at Pennies from Heaven Spa, where you come to get away at 256-638-9772 or 256-638-9SPA.
Are you in a bind and need a reliable towing service in DeKalb County? Look no further than Guffey & Sons Wrecker Service, proudly serving the community for over 30 years. When you're stranded and need a lift, give us a call at 256-638-7041. We're here to rescue you with our expert towing and recovery. Remember, we're proud sponsors of the Fyffe Red Devils, so you know you can trust us. Don't wait. Call Guffey & Sons Wrecker Service at 256-638-7041. Guffey & Sons Wrecker Service. We'll hook you up.
It takes personal commitment to build a winning football team like the Fyffe Red Devils. The same personal commitment you'll experience with W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel in Rainsville. A personal commitment to provide you with the care you expect and deserve. A personal commitment to provide affordable funeral services. More than just words, it's a personal commitment from W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel, Highway 75, Rainsville. Congratulations, Red Devils. Your personal commitment has made us proud.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College. Hi, I'm Adam Ward, and my career got started at Northeast Alabama Community College. NACC offers the lowest tuition rates in the state and guarantees class transfers within Alabama. Customize your schedule with flexible classes and fast-track certificate programs with new online options and hybrid learning. This fall, explore the new Workforce Development Center with expanded programs and cheer on the Mustangs on the Diamond in their first ever softball season. Kickstart your future at NACC.edu.
Now it's time for the NACC post-game wrap-up on Fun Radio. Fun 92.7 HD2. Presented by Northeast Alabama Community College. Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Welcome to the NACC post-game wrap-up. The final tonight, Fyffe gets in the win column, 42-10 over the Collinsville Panthers. I'm Adam Ward alongside Greg Mears and Drew Sims, our Ace Auto Sales sideline reporter, as we get set to hear from Coach Paul Benefield coming up in just a few moments. Fyffe, as I mentioned, getting in the win column, Greg, for the first time this season. 8 games, on the docket after last week. Now we're down to 7. This season's already flying by a little bit, but a good win to get into the win column in region play. But, as we said, more importantly, you go up 1-0 in region, and now you really start to feel like maybe things are trending in a more positive direction.
Yeah, they looked obviously much better tonight. I don't believe, did we have a penalty? I don't remember a penalty.
I don't remember a flag on Fyffe at all. I might be wrong, but I don't remember one.
No penalties, no turnovers. Again, I'm sure Coach would like to control the game, the line of scrimmage a little bit better. But again, there was 11 guys within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage every single play. So as much as you want to block them, it's kind of tough when you're outnumbered sometimes.
And, of course, Drew, as Coach mentioned to you at halftime, all that crowding of the line of scrimmage by that Collinsville defense really allowed Blake Dobbins an opportunity to throw the ball a little bit and work on that passing game that Fyffe isn't so known for.
Yeah, and Blake took that opportunity and made good with it. I think there was only really one bad pass, I would say. There were a couple drops, but only one bad pass for Blake.
I think you're right on that. And, one other thing as we await Coach Paul Benefield, who's doing a TV spot with our friends from WAAY, Way 31 News, one thing that I think he'll take away from this is inevitably there's still things to work on, Greg.
Oh, yeah. You always, as a great coach as he is, you're always going to find something to work on. So, he no matter how well you play, there's always something you can do better, and that's what makes him great and the Fyffe program great.
Drew, take me inside that Sunday afternoon film study when as a player, coach is there's positives, but coach is the one looking for the negatives. Take me through those Sundays.
Well, that's where you coach goes through with each individual player on each individual play. What happened, what can you do better, what do we expect, setting that standard and pushing the players to maintain it.
Who stood out to you guys tonight in that second half? We mentioned first half guys. Who stood out in the second half? Again, coach will be the one picking the MVPs, but who stood out to you, Greg?
Wow, that's a good question, and I don't know if I can answer that right offhand. I mean, there were so many different people touching the ball and doing the, on defense. I don't know if I can answer that, Adam. I'm sorry.
That's all right, because Coach Benefield looks like he's ready for our coaches chat presented by Southern Ceramic Solutions. Drew Sims with the head football coach.
Coach, looked like Fyffe again tonight. What you see from this game that you like?
Defense, I thought looked better. We still got lots of things to improve on, and like I said at halftime, I was kind of disappointed we couldn't block them better, but there's 11 on the line of scrimmage, and so we had to do what we had to do. But like I said, hey, if you know me, I still want to run the ball. I don't want nobody stopping us running the ball completely.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Coach Paul Benefield of the Fyffe Red Devils there with our coaches chat presented by Southern Ceramic Solutions. They want to protect and elevate your vehicle for you. Give our friends at Southern Ceramic Solutions a call today as they bring you our coaches chat each and every week. Let's take a timeout. When we come back, we'll check back in with the Northeast Alabama Community College post-game wrap-up, as well as see if we can get a hold of Travis Lane in the studio for one final look at our Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard. Also get you set up for next week. Homecoming, and Fyffe finally returns home after 2 weeks on the road to start the campaign. We'll tell you more about it on the other side of this break. You're listening to Fyffe Red Devil football, where they emerge victorious 42-10 over the Collinsville Panthers to begin region play 1-0 on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College. Hi, I'm Adam Ward, and my career got started at Northeast Alabama Community College. NACC offers the lowest tuition rates in the state and guarantees class transfers within Alabama. Customize your schedule with flexible classes and fast-track certificate programs with new online options and hybrid learning. This fall, explore the new Workforce Development Center with expanded programs and cheer on the Mustangs on the Diamond in their first ever softball season. Kickstart your future at NACC.edu.
Digging a ditch isn't easy. When it comes to trenching and plumbing, trust the pros at Wilkes & Sons Trenching and Plumbing. With over 25 years of experience, Marcus Wilkes and his team install underground utilities and plumbing for residential, agricultural, and commercial properties. As a family-owned business, Wilkes & Sons now offers construction plumbing and service plumbing for water heaters and more. If you need reliable water distribution systems, Wilkes & Sons is the name to call. Call 256-899-4552 for a free estimate. Wilkes & Sons Trenching and Plumbing. We dive into the dirt so you don't have to work.
For 3 generations, Watkins Heating and Cooling has been your trusted name in HVAC service. Proudly serving Jackson and DeKalb counties since 1987, we offer extensive residential and commercial heating and cooling solutions. Our team at Watkins Heating and Cooling is dedicated to your comfort and satisfaction. We are open Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call us today at 256-657-2371 or visit WatkinsHeatingandCoolingLLC.com. Watkins Heating and Cooling LLC, where quality service runs in the family. Alabama license number 21097.
In DeKalb County, your voice matters. Stay connected with Voice of DeKalb, where we celebrate your stories and keep you connected to the community. From local news to high school sports and events, Voice of DeKalb reports only the good news because that's what we need in today's time. Have breaking or exciting news, or maybe a feel-good story to share with your hometown? Tell us about it at voiceofdecab.com or email Marla at voiceofdecab.com. Call us at 256-605-4427. Your voice, your stories, your DeKalb.
Dreaming of the perfect vacation? Let Travel by Misty and Company take the stress out of planning. With our custom vacation planning, you pick the destination and dates, and we create a getaway tailored just for you. Whether you crave relaxation, adventure, culture, or a mix of it all, we can handle the details so you can enjoy the journey. Ask about our deal of the day and make your dream trip a reality. Visit travelbymisty.com or call 256-996-1614. Travel by Misty and Company, where your dream vacation starts.
Stray Creek Studio is where ideas come to life. They offer customized, laser engraved gifts and decor for all occasions, engraving wood, acrylics, and more. Do you have a new or existing business? Stray Creek Studio offers logo and website design, flyers, invitations, business card, banners, and more. Give us a call at 256-601-7856 or visit one of our convenient locations in Fyffe and Benton, Alabama. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Stray Creek Studio or online at StrayCreekStudio.com.
Now back to the NACC post-game wrap-up on Fun Radio. Fun 92.7 HD2. Presented by Northeast Alabama Community College. Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Spending a final few moments here from Collinsville, Alabama, as the Red Devils earn their first region win of the year and first win overall. 42-10, the final over the Collinsville Panthers. I'm Adam Ward alongside Greg Mears and Drew Sims. Here with you for another couple of minutes or so as we prepare in just a moment to hear from Travis Lane one final time on the evening from our Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard. He'll give us some games that are probably beginning to go final. This might be one of the later fight games we've had in a few seasons here at 9:21 on the clock. But, Greg, your overall impression of this game as we get ready to go for the first home game next week against Asbury?
Well, again, Fyffe played Fyffe football a lot more than they did last week. Again, we just got through talking about it, but no turnovers, no penalties. Would have liked to see them be able to run the ball a little bit better, just like Coach said. But when you got 11 guys on that line of scrimmage, it's tough to do that sometimes. And I got a feeling you got a lot of teams that do that.
Yeah.
So very important that Blake had a good game. I think he had, 3 passing touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And so very important to see Blake, being able to connect.
Drew, what was the difference? Obviously, Collinsville, Pisgah, 2 different calibers of football teams, with all due respect. But what was the difference tonight in Fyffe to be able to open and crank up that lead up 35-0 at one point, even I think 42-0 at one point?
Yeah, I think it was the athletic ability of the Red Devils. Yes, Collinsville had athletes, but Fyffe, I think, has more just across the field and throughout their offense and defense, and I think that showed. Like we said, couldn't run the ball near as much or as well as we wanted to, but we got some of our athletes in space, Simon and DeBoer, so they made some plays.
Well, we get ready for next week. Collinsville will face off with Whitesburg Christian here at Collinsville, and Fyffe again, as I said, returns home for homecoming to host the Asbury Rams. And, of course, they're going to have all the homecoming festivities you can well imagine. They will have the parade on Thursday afternoon. The parade made its return a year or two ago. They'll have that. And, of course, the homecoming community pep rally Thursday evening. And then Friday, of course, the ball game. We'll have the coverage for you beginning at 6 p.m. with the kickoff at 7. One final time on the night before we get out of here, let's check in with Travis Lane from our Rainsville Autoglass in-game scoreboard. Travis?
In-game scoreboard.
Here is your Rainsville Autoglass final scoreboard update. Florence over Albertville, 45-0. Ardmore on top of Priceville, 21-0. Geraldine over Asbury, 57-zip. Athens 17, Coleman 7. Scottsboro over Boaz, 35-28. Gunnersville over Brewer, 52-9. Falkville leading West End, 28-0. Gadsden City over Buckhorn, 28-0. Huntsville leading Grissom, 21-14. Hayden on top of Douglas, 25-20. Sylvania leading Holly Pond, 42-0. Woodville on top of Ider, 20-0. James Clemens over Bob Jones, 27-17. Decatur Heritage over Lexington, 21-18. May Jemison on top of Hazel Green, 19-9. Muscle Shoals over Columbia, 49-0. North Jackson leading Madison County, 21-7. Pisgah over Section, 49-0. Randolph leading Plainview, 21-7. Arab 35, Sardis 0. Austin leading Sparkman, 24-10. West Morgan over West Limestone, 22-7. Winston County over Tanner, 50-0. And Deschler over Danville, 35-0. This is Travis Lane, and I'll catch you next week, same time, same station, right here on the Fun Radio Sports Network.
All right, Travis, thank you very much. We look forward to checking back in with you again next week with the pregame show beginning at 6 p.m. right here on this very network. And let me say, by the way, huge thank you to AT&T and the folks at FirstNet. Listen, we had a huge response last week, and I do want to take one moment to address that and say a huge thank you to all of our sponsors for sticking with us, our listeners sticking with us, the support we received last week in spite of all our difficulties. We found out tonight there were more difficulties even to be had out there than we even realized, and it was an overwhelming response. And all I can do is say thank you. We appreciate you very much. If you missed a video, I did reveal one thing: 36 sponsors this season for Fyffe Red Devil football. Greg, that is the most regular season sponsorships we have ever had. We've had 36 by the time the playoffs got here and folks wanted to get in on a playoff run. But for the regular season, and even in this case a 9-game regular season, 36 sponsors, it is unheard of for the Red Devil Radio Show. And a huge thank you to every one of them. I know that you're a part of that as well. But one thing that Fyffe doesn't lack in is support.
No, they do not, and don't sell yourself short, sir. You're an excellent salesperson. So, you go out there and talk to these people and get them on board and let them know what a good product it is. As far as, I know that, the Johnsons with the Froggy Freeze have got tremendous, responses to their ads. So,
yeah.
It's definitely worth it, folks out there. Give us a try.
Hey, I'll say this. Those boys out there is what truly sells it. They make it easy for us. Drew, as we prepare for next week, any final thoughts as you take a look at Fyffe at what they are, an opportunity to get some young bucks in there in a situation much more controlled and managed? How you like it?
Well, looking forward a little bit. We may see that more in the next couple of weeks. No offense to anybody on those teams, but we may see some more young bucks in next week for homecoming.
Asbury and then Brindley Mountain. A road game there. Fyffe only has one home game in the first half of the season. That'll come next week for homecoming. They get Brindley Mountain, and then they'll go on the road for a Thursday night matchup with the Coosa Christian. And for one other thought, Greg, I feel like Fyffe fared fairly well without the likes of number 24 out there suited up and playing on the field.
Yeah, again, 42 points. It kind of scares you to think what it may have been like had he been healthy. Again, just keeping him out as for precautions right now, banged up a little bit, but. And I think, honestly, Fyffe misses him as much on defense as they do on offense. So, great player. Hopefully he'll be back soon with us, but I can't imagine what it would have been like with Logan out there.
Collinsville is just now beginning to leave the field. They have been having a team meeting and a gut check, if you will, and I think Coach Willingham and having talked with him and knowing the type of program he's been trying to run here for years, It's not necessarily a come Jesus meeting, but it's checking your manhood and seeing what kind of man are you going to be after a ball game like this, a game that did not go your way by any measure, and how are you going to respond? And I think that's probably the challenge being put out there to his team and these young men. The final tonight, 42-10. The Red Devils win it and go up 1-0 in region play and 1-1 on the year. Collinsville also falls to 1-1. They'll fall to 0-1 in region play, but we'll get a chance to redeem next week here back at home as Whitesburg Christian will come to town and head football coach Jerry Adcock. The final tonight, 42-10. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow on WAFN FM HD 1, 92.7 FM, the Alabama Crimson Tide and the South Florida Bulls will tangle in Tuscaloosa. It's a 3 o'clock pregame start time. Kickoff will be at 6 o'clock, and we'll have all the coverage for you there. Turn down ESPN and turn up Fun Radio, Fun 92.7 FM, and catch Chris Stewart and Tyler Watson, the entire crew, as they'll take you through the game. Final, 42-10. Fyffe wins it over Collinsville. We appreciate you tuning in to tonight's action. For Travis Lane off our Rainsville Auto Glass in-game scoreboard, Greg Mears and Drew Sims, our Ace Auto Sales sideline reporter. I'm Adam Ward. So long, everyone. May God bless each and every one of you. Enjoy your evening, and as always, go Big Red.
You have been listening to Fyffe Red Devil Football on Fun 92.7 HD2. Brought to you by
Fyffe Taters, ABC Accounting Services, CCM Garage Doors, Congressman Robert Adderholt, Farmers Telecommunications Cooperative, Sonic Drive-In, Fyffe Pharmacy, Alliant Label, JC Metal Roofing, Liberty Bank, Market on Main Clothing and Gifts, South State Realty, Northeast Alabama Community College, Pennies from Heaven Spa, North Country, Ford Chrysler Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Arab. Rainsville Auto Glass. North Alabama Trophies Rainsville. People's Independent Bank. Petals Flower Shop. Ace Auto Sales. Air Kids Inflatable Rentals. Allstate Insurance and agent Casey Price. Applebee's Restaurant in Fort Payne. Froggy Freeze Shaved Ice. Morning Glory Meadows Assisted Living. Guffey & Sons Wrecker Service and Guffey's Tire and Wheel. Watkins Heating and Cooling. The W.T. Wilson Funeral Chapel. Voice of DeKalb. Travel by Misty & Company. The Town of Fyffe. And Mayor Paul Cagle. The Clarkson Law Firm. Straight Creek Studio. Southern Ceramic Solutions. Wilkes & Sons Trenching and Plumbing. And by First State Bank.
Fyffe Red Devil Football. Online at fun927.com. On the Red Devil Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels. And on air on Fun 92.7 HD2.